chat. How's it going?
I love how everybody thinks that was my idea. That's hilarious. I don't know why they would have thought that, but you know.
Every single person in chat, this was an Occo idea. Fuck you guys.
Chat, you know that Mizu is the World War II lover here, all right? It's hilarious, though. It's hilarious that everybody thinks that this is somehow my idea, but, you know. Oh, goodness. That's something I would have... How is this something I would have done? I'm confused.
I don't even know if Occo would know the song if it wasn't for me.
I know, like, I know a lot of songs, but, like, I don't know that one. I know a lot of the songs I know because you showed them to me.
Thank you, Internet Zen. So we're going to UTT's local British penal colony correspondent for more analysis on this case. Yeah, that checks out. Oh, look, it's Amal's favorite song, Glory to Comrade Starmer.
Lamau. I saw so many pictures of people photoshopping Starmer into underwear today because they were pissed off with him.
I don't keep up with the fake country over there.
Well, it was mostly in relations to this. That's why. Oh, excuse me. So, I observed that a lot. Unfortunately, the main person we're going to talk about, she privated her account, and you told me you weren't able to. You didn't. I'm going to be honest with you. Neither of us thought to follow it, so I have no idea what she's saying on that account.
Well, we do have a lot to go in today, but we're not going to touch on that until a bit later, particularly because we're going to wait for our correspondent from, as people say, the penal colony to come and help with it.
Yeah, he's going to call in. He's calling in as soon as he gets here.
If Mizu's the World War II lover, why wasn't he in the VTM campaign? I was not invited. I cannot make most of the times that they can do it. And I don't really D&D. I've never been a big on the tabletop.
Yeah.
Nothing against it. I just, not my thing.
Oh, goodness. Hope she leaves the UK. I mean, she's, I would hope that she does, yes.
Yeah, so my tweet, and all I really had to say about it was, if you live in the UK, you're probably better off just not. And there's not much I can help you with other than just saying, just not, Go somewhere else.
Yeah, I think the thing that's really unfortunate is a lot of these people are in the UK, and it's one of those things where it's like, I know that it's illegal over there. And so as much as it sucks to say, my opinion would be you probably just shouldn't until you can leave, I don't know. It's really sad, but like people in the UK don't have rights. They don't have rights at all. So it
pretty much.
I think the thing that's really sad to me is how many people are cheering this on, saying that this is amazing, and it's just like, you guys don't even know what rights you're happy that are being wished away by Brit bongs. People are praising Brit bongs for taking away rights, and I think that's insane. It's absolutely insane. Free speech people saying that they're all for taking away rights because they don't like what's being portrayed is just
So I will say this about it before we
maddening.
get there, because a couple of people of chat have already sort of mentioned it, but there are beliefs that she may be faking it somehow. The only reason I would think probably not is because first off, she actually did move to a new account, like completely is on a different account now. And that account has allegedly their actual legal name on it.
yes.
So
Allegedly.
they have to kind of just be lying about everything if they're doing it. And at that point, I'm kind of wondering why, right? Like, what's the goal exactly? Other than,
Yeah.
because they've locked down both accounts. So it's not like it's to get attention.
Wait, they locked down the
new
one that was
account's also
created right
locked down.
after? Really?
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't
Both
know
accounts
that.
are
I thought
locked.
that. Dude, if it comes out that they're lying, I'm gonna be a little pissed. I mean, I'm happy that at least that didn't happen, but I'm gonna be pissed because it gave, like, there are millions of people that are talking about this right now, so I'm gonna be a little pissed.
Name was
Whether
not on
she's
the
using a
second
fake
account when I
name.
looked. It was, and actually I'm pretty sure it's still there.
You can technically check because
It is.
I have. Okay.
Well, because I did follow that one. I'm not going to pull up that account because she did lock it, so I'm going to just, you know, allow it to stay behind the lock.
Yeah. And again, I think the thing that's really crazy is, you know, I expect Brit Bongs, sad, depressing Brit Bongs, to cheer it on because Brit Bongs don't know what rights are or what freedom of speech is. But I see a lot of Americans that should understand the dangers of letting people censor things that don't go against the law, the dangers of things that you know, you might not like. You know, I liken it. You might think I'm crazy for this, but I liken it to like communism, where I don't like communism, but I think people are allowed to talk about it because you know, they're allowed to have opinions that I disagree with, and I treat a lot of other things in the exact same way. You know, I might not like something, but as long as it doesn't go against the laws that I do know exist,
yeah,
I can just avoid it. And the fact that people are cheering on and wanting this to happen to more people is just like, I sit here and I'm like, you should probably just go to England then. Move away from my country. My country's not about that, and I think you're retarded for saying that.
Yeah, just go to another country that already has those backwards laws, and then you can be happy.
Yeah. Canada's right next door. Canada's technically, I think Canada is, I think they won't arrest you, but I don't know. I only care about America's laws, I'm going to be honest with you.
Mimi doesn't come off that way. She was fine one day and up and disappeared the next on the 21st. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, it would, if she's lying, they're doing it in a really weird way if it's a lie.
Yeah, no, and I don't really, like, I was about to say I don't really see the merit behind it, but like, if she is lying, she could use it to try and like make money off of it, but like, I don't know. That's pretty diabolical if there's a lie for that kind of thing.
Thank you, Internet Zen Master. Note that Sargon's Lord of Applebee's favorite party, Restore Britain, will not be any help here. They're more focused on removing the actual predators the UK has let in during the last decade. Fair.
I mean, if they get rid of the real predators, then that's a start, I would say.
Oh.
You gotta start somewhere.
But here's the other thing, right? So the story sounds ridiculous, and we'll get into it in a bit. But that makes it even, like, less likely to be a lie, in my opinion. Because why would they come up with this sort of, like, ridiculous story instead of just saying, oh, they're gonna try and bring me into court over my lolly drawings?
Right.
Why would they come up with all this other stuff? Why wouldn't they just say that?
No, yeah. Yeah, no, I get what you mean.
Chat, we're not really going to cover the Chibi reviews stuff. However, I will say people have tried to swat Chibi. And as usual, that's bullshit, and you should not be doing that. In fact, in some states, if you do that and they find out who you are, that you can be tried as attempted murder.
I think that, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. It should be tried as attempted murder in every single state. It should be done federally as well, because swatting is an actual problem. It is a legitimate actual problem.
Yeah.
It's really depressing that people are still doing that these days, especially after one of the most notorious swatters was taken to jail over it. You would have thought people would learn, but you know. You know.
Yeah, we're not going to like go too into it because there's really not much to go into. It's just somebody is trying to swat Chibi. If you're a swatter, you're a piece of shit. And if it gets back to you, you're going to be in jail. So good luck with that one.
Pretty much.
Never learned until they're in handcuffs. For a while, swatting, because swatting, I don't think people realize this, used to be a lot more prevalent on the internet than it is now. It used to be like literally every other day you'd hear about somebody getting swatted. But then a lot of states instituted a law where if you swatted somebody, you were now up on attempted murder. And suddenly, overnight, most of those swatting cases just vanished. And people just stopped doing it.
Again, the guy that did a lot of that swatting did also get arrested as well.
Yeah.
I think he was one of the biggest perpetrators of it. Like, as soon as he got arrested, a lot of it just, like, went down, basically. Not to zero, but it went down quite a lot.
It was basically non-existent after that.
Yeah. So now that it's happening to Chibi, I'm not a fan of that.
Mid to late 2010s were wild when it comes to swatting. Yeah, people forget this. You could see people on stream get swatted. It was like once a week there was a new case where a streamer got swatted while they were streaming.
You know, do that for doxing.
The reason that will never happen for doxing is because the government doxes you.
Yeah.
And the government will never say something it's doing is criminal.
I mean, there is unlawful surveillance, and the government gets to do that all the time in the name of security.
Yeah. Yeah, so the swatting thing really came to a head at one point when somebody actually did get killed in a swatting. That people forget, swatting was ridiculous.
It reminds me of, who was it? Whose dog died? Somebody's dog died because, what's his name? Ian Miles Chung tried to swat somebody.
It is believed that was a meme, and he didn't actually have a dog.
Oh, really?
There was mixed information on that.
Fair. I always look at that as the both funniest and saddest example.
But I do have a couple random things we can talk about, chat, while we wait for Spear 2 to get here. He said he'd have to be a wee bit late. So can Occo see my stream?
Hold on.
ATF kills your dog, not SWAT. So people don't...
That's true.
This was a wild claim, but basically the idea was a guy called Ian Miles Chong swatted another guy, and the SWAT team threw a flashbang into the house, and his dog, basically fetched the flashbang, and it killed the dog.
Wasn't that Andy Worski?
No, Andy Worski put up really pushed the claim that it happened.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people believe that no dogs were actually harmed, and that it was just because of the way the guy talked about it on stream, it came across like more of a joke than his dog actually got killed.
Fair enough. All right, your screen is up now.
So, chat, I was going to touch on this just because we have it here, and I completely forgot to set this part up, but we're good. I touched on this earlier this week, but we can get Occo's opinion on it now on UTT. But a new game came out called Union Syndrome. Rhythm Psychosis. And turns out the English localization was a shit show.
It was, yes. We talked about it on Sunday. It's my understanding that the company that did the localization was started by a retard that tried to do a localization for what was the name of the game? Can't remember the name of the game, but he tried to do a translation, and then the game designer absolutely hated it, and he got shit canned for it, and then he decided to start his own studio for doing this kind of shit, and it's just been bad ever since.
So it's kind of funny you forgot, but the company that he was working for was Konami, and it was on Hideo Kojima's Metal Gear Solid.
Yep. He pissed off Kojima. Yes, he did.
And the thing is, Kojima was fine with it before he knew what the translation was. He sent the voice work over to Kojima, and Kojima's like, yeah, it sounds really good. I like it a lot. And then they got a second guy in the room that understood a little bit of English. And the guy was like, so Kojima, this is what he's actually saying in Japanese. And apparently it was so divorced from what Kojima wanted that he basically lost his shit and demanded the guy be fired and never work on his stuff again.
Yep. Yep, it was that bad. I just like remember listening to Temp read the article where the guy is talking about, oh, I think that this is what Kojima would have wanted, and I'm just sitting here like,
clearly he didn't.
oh, you kind of people need to be out on the streets because you suck at your job.
Yeah, so I went through, on my stream, I went through all of his portfolio, basically, or the portfolio that's attached to his company, which only has 2 people actually listed as working there. I don't know if there are more, but it only lists him and his other person. And they have such rave work as the Phoenix Wright trilogy and the Apollo Legend trilogy, both of which are well known for being absolute shit shows. Which people kind of let them pass, but they are bad enough that like a normie person has heard of how bad they are.
It makes you wonder if somebody did a retranslation, like a remaster retranslation, how good it would have been.
Is this why Metal Gear Solid 2 and Forward itself too serious? So he talks about in an article how he specifically tried to turn Snake into a jokester, which was not the original intention at all.
Yeah.
I found a bunch of different games he had worked on, some of which I've played, and I'm like, yeah, no, that tracks. Because I remember hating the English voice work in that game.
It really makes you wonder how different some of these games would have been if they would have been more popular or better received if this guy didn't get his hands on them, you know?
I read through most of the Metal Gear Solid article on stream. I think it was a really good look into his mindset, because he constantly talks about like, well, I just, added stuff I thought was more fun, or, would make it more interesting for an American audience. It's important for me to have my own creative control over it. And it's like, do you fucking hear yourself?
Yeah, I just like, when Temp was reading it, I was like, sweet baby Jesus, I can't listen to this. This is so bad. This shit is so ass, man. I just was flabbergasted that somebody thought that they could do that. And the fact that he came out and admitted it just kind of made it feel even worse. It's just like, yeah, I ruined everybody's favorite video games for multiple years, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah. Oh, and chat mentioned it. So there's a remake of Metal Gear Solid 1. The remake actually does have Hideo Kojima's original dialogue in it.
I'm going to assume that it's better. Oh, there's our friend.
Oh, is he here?
I kidnapped him for you.
Oh, hi, Spirito.
I made it.
Welcome. I gotta pull up your little food and pop it in here.
It went longer than I thought.
Pop in his Fuji. Oh, it's still upside down. Awesome.
Perfect. Better upside down than arrested in Britbong land.
So
I'm fortifying my fortress because now the government's going to come steal my lolly hentai. Apparently, not that I have any, but
I was going to say you don't have any. Last I checked.
No, I don't. But I'll still protect myself. They'll come after my mill stuff.
But I do still have the screen up for you. Do you have any thoughts on the Union Syndrome thing that happened?
So give me a rundown on that, because I'm mostly only caught up on the UK thing.
So a new game came out from the needy streamer overdose people called Union Syndrome Rhythm Psychosis. And the company behind the translation is a company called Dragon Baby. And they basically murdered the localization. Like, they have numerous references to, like, fascism. There's a part where someone says, I'd cut out my uterus if I could, which is very obviously not what the character said. At one point, there's just a line of dialogue that all they say is Yamero, and they translated it as end fascism now.
Oh my god. Almost sounds as bad as Fire Emblem.
And this led people down a rabbit hole to find out that the guy that owns Dragon Baby is the same guy that wrote a very strange article where he admits that he did the localization for Metal Gear Solid 1 and pissed off Kojima so bad with how bad his localization was that Kojima demanded he be fired on the spot and never work on his games again.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's based. I hate localizers. Localizers don't deserve my respect.
Exactly.
PG friendly.
This will probably... Have you played
Only.
Phoenix Wright before? Or do you know about the localization in Phoenix Wright and Apollo Legend?
Honestly, it's all a blur because so many games that I've played or know of have been absolutely butchered.
Apollo Legend is the one with the famous meme where you need to sit down at the traditional American kotatsu. Eat your hamburgers, Apollo, and it's just like a fucking rice ball.
Yeah.
Which is unironically basically something that's in the game. It's like that level of localization. Turns out this same guy did that as well.
I'm not surprised. The thing is most of the root of the problems when it comes to bad translation seem to come from a very specific, hyper-focused group. They're able to just infect everything.
Oh yeah, they have, if you go down their page on their website, it tells you all the games they worked on. And I was just going down the list and I was like, yeah, no, this tracks. The fact that your hands were on all of these, yeah, this tracks.
Yep. It's like, oh, well, we know why this sucks.
Oh, I could show you this as well. Because if you haven't seen it, you've never seen this. Here, let me have like a full pulled up so chat can see it as well. So chat, if you haven't seen this before, I need to shrink this so it's easier to see on screen. Boop. There you go. So if you haven't seen this before, this is their website for Dragon Baby. Looks absolutely like it's stuck in the 2000s.
It definitely does. I feel so much edge off of this.
I was going to say, it feels like some edgelord.
This is what they call the companies they work for.
Sacred song.
Sacrifices. You know what? Maybe these are sacrifices.
And the one that... there's a couple that threw me off. Particularly that they have Pocket Pair over here. And it turns out, yes, they did do the localization for Pal World. But then they go down to games we have touched with our fingers.
That makes me feel extremely uncomfortable, the fact that they're just saying it like that.
Yeah, that just feels a little predatory.
And then they just have the full list of every game they have ever localized. What really threw me off is they did localization work for Yick. I was like,
Wait, they did?
So they do localization from Japanese to English, and from English to Japanese, Korean, and I think they said Taiwanese.
I feel really bad for the Japanese people then that are playing some of these games.
And there was like stuff in here that's like Goblin Cleanup, Yick, Pal World, Ace Attorney. The Ace Attorney one I saw and I was like, yeah, no, that tracks. They did some of the older like Silent Hill games, some of the remakes.
Look at all these games that they've done, and who knows how much like retardation has been put in them.
Yeah, Star Ocean Divine Force, Mulmadora Moonlit Farewell, which I played through Mulmadora, and I was like, there were some parts of it that felt weird, but I was like, maybe the artist is just doing something weird. Nope, they localized it, so. They did the Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, which was a mobile game.
Dragon Quest 7?
Yeah. A game called Shadow Hearts, which I admittedly don't know about. Silent Hill 3.
Silent Hill 3? Oh my. Metal Slug Tactics. Wait, what Pokemon game is that?
Oh, so that's the fun part. They're not games. They localized the first 4 Pokemon movies.
You're kidding me!
Ew, brother. That just reminds me of it. Says, ew, brother.
Problem is, I can't even watch them with subs on because they probably did the subs. I would have to like learn Japanese in order to watch them then.
They are.
At this rate, we probably do.
I probably one day need to go back and watch them because when I watched them, I was a kid. So there was nothing that probably would have read as weird to me back then.
Yeah. Are we sure they didn't do any localization for
I just
the
watched
show?
chat, like, just everybody replied at once.
The third movie is great.
To be honest, those were probably done a long time ago, so they probably weren't as activist-like.
It's possible that it wasn't that bad back then. It's really only gotten that bad recently.
Some of these I've seen, and I think what's happening is it depends how involved the developer is. So if it's anything that's like purely small Japanese indie dev, it's probably fucked because they have basically zero way to keep track of it. But if it's something from a kind of a bigger company that's been mixed with other things, they probably had somebody overseeing them and it didn't end up as badly.
You think so?
Yes.
Nothing beats a jelly-filled donut. Shut up, Sparky. Thank you for the 5, though.
And they have like all kinds of different things listed up here as well. Apparently they did some sort of localization for Buckshot Roulette. That was the part that blew my mind the most, was seeing some of the games that they have listed here and realizing you actually do have like your fingers all over this industry, like everywhere.
Yeah.
And just, it's not listed in the credits of any of these games, just nobody talks about it.
So wait, their localization team isn't listed in the credits?
Yeah, they're actually a part of a group that specifically, it's one of these, I think it's Why Are We Doing It? Yeah, translators in the credits. Apparently it's not common to have these localization teams in the credits. So they're like on the forefront of like a movement to get them in the credits, which, you know what? I agree. If they were in the credits, people would have been able to tie these people together long before now.
No, I am 100% in agreement. We should have, if we didn't know that, then we would have learned how bad this is. So maybe they don't realize how bad it is that getting them put in the credits would be. So I agree. Put them in the credits. Put them in the credits.
Also, chat mentioned this really quick in a super chat. Chaos says, Dimitri Monroe did mention the OG writer of Pokemon 2000 sewer slided himself after seeing his original script ruined by the Western script.
Oh,
so
wait, really?
There are stories of the original Pokemon the movie 2000 writer being like ridiculously upset with how Lugia was portrayed. Apparently, for whatever reason, he had like a really strong connection with like Lugia's portrayal in the movie, and just became like ridiculously upset by how they continually bastardized it. But I've personally not looked into it. I've only seen what other people have said about it, so I can't confirm one way or the other.
I kind of hope that's not true, but that's really depressing.
I also need to point out, so you see like all of the way the writing is here and all of this, which goblins came up with this idea? What do we even do? Yada yada. Yeah. So if you go to the top of their site, you see this button here in the top right that turns the site into the Japanese version. Let's throw on the little translator here so we can read it. This is what it looks like in Japanese.
Dude, what the fuck?
And this is what that section looks like at the bottom. It's just called corporate information.
Why does it look so much nicer?
Because this is the actual front, and they call them partners in the Japanese version.
Because they have to be professional to the Japanese community.
They do, yeah.
And they call it list of titles.
They paint themselves as edgelords and creeps to us because, you know, they don't have to put on them. Yeah. And they can flaunt it, but as soon as it comes to the Japanese corporate businesses and the audience, then they have to be professional.
Yeah, so it's just so
really
funny
weird.
that as soon as they get into the Japanese version, everything looks super nice.
Again, I don't like that. It definitely strikes me as them trying to hide themselves to the people that they are trying to sell their work
100%
to.
they are.
That's really weird. Fucking hell, man. I'm glad that this is getting more attention, though. So going back to this game, if I remember correctly, the devs found out what happened and they're like, oh, we don't approve. We're going to change this. So they did a bunch of changes to fix the localization.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, they currently are working through them right now.
Okay.
Really quick, I'll go through a couple super chats. They say he also ruined Castlevania's Symphony of the Night with that dogshit dialogue. What is a man? That dialogue gives me anxiety.
He did. I remember that, yeah.
Internet Zen Master for 5. Give it a year. Espiritu. Albanese? Seems like he'll probably end up being the Benito to Starmer's mustache man.
I don't know what that means.
Benito Mussolini. I don't know either. I think it's something about your politics, so if you're not in tune with your politics, there's no way I'm gonna know.
Oh.
Thank you for Sparky's Tech Corner. Nothing beats a jelly-filled donut. That fucking Brock dialogue will always give me PTSD.
I don't think that was them, but again, I would believe it.
No, that was just 4Kids in general at the time.
No, that's fair.
Thank you, M Stealth, for the super. Localizers be like, these donuts are great. Jelly is my favorite. Nothing beats a jelly-filled donut. It's a fucking rice ball. And then thank you, Magma, for the super. Reminder, the company takes credit from what the CEO did. The company did not exist back then. Yeah, so the company is still fairly new, but the CEO is basically putting all of his own localizer work into it. Which I actually think is fair, because he is like one of only 2 people on the board for that company. It's like him and one translating, or man, I don't know. Fuck.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I'm referring to the idiotic Australian PM.
You're gonna have to narrow it down.
He's a clown show.
I don't know, anytime somebody says an idiotic Australian politician, I'm like, you gotta narrow it down.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all of them, is it not?
Yeah, they pretty much all are.
Like, there's a joke in some circles that Australia just does a raffle for whoever has to be the prime minister, and everybody has to eventually have a turn.
When's my turn?
Spiritu, you're coming up soon.
Make anime great again. We're bringing anime to Australia, and emus are taking over.
Emus get to take over, and anime is great again.
But I wanted to save this next part for Espiritu to get here, because I thought it's kind of related to the other thing we're going to talk about tonight. And it's this, the Animal Farm movie. They released a little video about it. Have you guys seen this?
I have not even seen the movie Animal Farm. I heard that it was a horrible bastardization.
Well, I don't think it's out yet.
Oh, is it not?
People have only seen pre-cuts, right? That they give to get people interested in it.
Magma says don't do it, so we definitely have to do it then.
Yeah, so I'm gonna torture chat with this because I've already watched through it. They got a lot of criticism for the trailer. This is their response to the criticism on the trailer.
Oh, Animal Farm. No one wants us to be together.
They haven't even seen me. They're judging a movie by its trailer, which is what trailers are for. But still.
At Chloe Rice 8272 said, Seth Rogen is probably the last person to come to mind to voice a character who's literally meant to resemble Stalin.
Resemble Stalin as a pig?
Seth Rogen is a perfect pig, Stalin.
People are saying I should have been rated R, full of blood, darkness, and despair. At Huff UITV said.
I understand why people hate this.
Yeah.
They're trying way too hard.
Dystopian.
It's a story about talking farm animals. It's read by kids in middle school.
George Orwell made it that way. It's not like we're doing Schindler's List with farm animals. It's animal
I really hate how they're trying to be self-aware. It's like actively hurting me.
It's painful. Yeah, no, it's awful.
And at Dustin Maddox 9445 said, it is wild that Angel Studios would put out a pro-communism movie that was adapted from an anti-communism book.
But I hate communism.
Me too. And at Generically Entertaining
I highly doubt that.
said, they don't even need that windmill anymore. Just hook up a generator to George Orwell's grave and he'd power the whole farm.
I like when actors say, "I hate communism," but let's imply it all
really
and
funny.
implement all the rules that are communist.
But it is really funny.
It is really funny.
So Angel fans hate me?
No, most don't. You passed the guild. It's a loud minority trying to silence us.
Ah,
Like the pigs.
You're a loud minority. No, nobody wanted this. Nobody asked for this.
I swear we're gonna lose viewers for just continuing to play this.
I just wanted families, including kids, to understand why communism is bad. Is that so wrong?
They'll never let us be together
Because of Seth Rogen.
because of Seth Rogen. So I guess we just won't release you to the world.
I'll disappear. Like Boxer.
I love you, Animal Farm.
I love you, Angel. Goodbye.
Animal Farm! I don't care what Dustin Maddox 9445 says.
Me neither. We can't let the pigs win.
Never!
Hate it. I absolutely hate it. But I hope our chat loved it just as much as I hated it.
It's painful, isn't it? They have like no self-awareness at all.
No, I'm interested to see how well it does now, though. When there's a movie this bad, you know?
Yeah, probably not very good. At least I can't
I
imagine
know.
much.
I'm trying to think. I think this was the movie Tim Pool was like, I refuse to go see this movie.
Because a lot of the previews people saw, it made it look like they were trying to convert the communist allegory into like a fascism allegory.
Right.
And it's like, okay, fascism bad too, but it's literally a book about communism.
Right.
Like, how are you gonna play the line, all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others, and have it make sense?
It just, I'm sorry, that brain just kind of broke me. I got nothing. More so anti-capitalism. Is it really an anti-capitalism? I wouldn't be surprised, I'm going to be honest.
Oh, did Temple actually see the movie? Did he get the early screening?
You know what? He might have.
Because I know a lot of people got early screenings, and basically everybody that got one was like, yeesh.
Yeah, no.
I don't think I
He
saw
might
anybody
have.
that liked it.
I guess Joe Rogan liked it because it sounds like he voiced a part in it.
Seth Rogen.
That's right, Seth Rogen, whatever.
Joe Rogan
Rogan
is the big
probably
beefy
would've,
one that tells you to try DMT.
That's fair.
Seth
I don't think
Rogen
he
is the
would've done
fat
it.
one that's a failed comedian.
Fair enough, fair enough.
You good, Espiritu? Did it kill you?
I feel
Yeah, I
dead
think we killed
inside.
him. I think we killed him.
And of course, somebody I follow actually has like the top comment on here right now. The Skinner meme.
Yes,
The children who are wrong.
adorable. I need to pull her on a stream because I promised her a stream a couple of years ago and I just haven't done it. It was promised to her 3,000 years ago and it just hasn't happened yet. But she's really good. Seth Dude Weed Lamau Rogan, yes.
Fair. He probably is like a big weed person.
He smoked on camera with Elon Musk. What do you mean?
You're thinking of Joe Rogan.
Let's move on because I'm losing the plot.
Thank you, Internet Zen, for the super. They're deliberately avoiding the fact that they're turning the anti-communist allegory into an anti-capitalism/fascism commentary. Even the studio name is inverted. Angel, this should be Demon Studio. Thank you, Bagma. The Animal Farm movie made the villain a gender-bent Elon Musk, and it's not subtle. I have not seen that. Might have to look up the trailer later.
Thank you for meeting the goal chat.
Nana Bomber says, who keeps giving Seth Rogen money?
A Rogan is a Rogan. Occo, yes.
And then Chaos Mash for the 5. Now, where did I put that 44 mag? I'm just kidding. You know, you can't joke about that because then the government will use it against you one day. When
You know
they
what's
Hillary
really
Clinton
crazy?
you in your house.
You know what's really crazy?
But
So I got my top teeth removed. I told you about that last week.
Yeah.
I'm still having phantom pain where some of my teeth that were in major pain were. And when I take out the dentures, the pain goes completely away. And I know it's not the gums, but it's just like, that tooth is there and I can feel it. And then when I take them out, it's all gone. I was like, what the fuck?
fair.
Go away, ghost tooth. I paid $300 to get you removed.
Tis
Like
the
an
way of the world.
ex-girlfriend that's still knocking at your door.
Yep.
I'm up, like it's like crazy because it's like you're not there anymore.
That's what I told my ex, but she's still at my back door, still knocking.
Oh fuck. All right. Sorry. It's just like wait a second. You're not there anymore. Why the fuck do I feel you? It's just gum.
So I don't know how you two will feel about this next thing, but I figured I'd pull it up because it kind of gets on my nerves when this subject comes up and people just mindlessly talk about how good it is. But that VTuber consulting thing put out why they believe YouTube Shorts suck for VTubing. And it was met with like a bajillion people retweeting it going, no, you don't understand. Shorts are the best type of content right now. You can get so many followers from Shorts. They're amazing. And I am historically the #1 Shorts hater. I do not think Shorts actually help your metrics at all.
I'd like to note that I've never made a Shorts video because I think they're a waste of time.
Yeah.
I would like to say that I agree with you that Shorts do suck. However, I think that Shorts are their own niche and that the VTubers that grow off of them, they're only going to be successful with Shorts. Like there was a bunny girl VTuber. I can't remember her name. She like was a bunny girl. Then she graduated to go do a corpo thing. Then the corpo fell apart because they all fall apart. And then she went back to the channel, but she like got big off of Shorts. And she basically died when she stopped doing Shorts. And so when you see all these people saying, oh, Shorts are successful, it's like, yeah, I know, Jeremy Hambley, Shorts are very successful. And it is very successful for you to put out a lot of Shorts because that is something that platforms are pushing. But if you ask what like Shorts are successful for, very seldomly is long form content counted in that because people that are on the Shorts page, unless you're me, because I'm one of the few people that will look for the long form content. If I like the content that I'm listening to, unless you're me, you're not going to be like looking for the long form content, and it never translates to long form growth. It's part of the reason why I don't do it on my channel.
Yeah. It's really good for getting subs, and it's really good for getting views, but those subs never actually convert into people watching your other content.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's why whenever I get people that ask me for advice and they say, oh, should I do Shorts content on my main channel? And I'm like, do you do long form content on that channel? And if they say yes, I say, then don't put Shorts on it. Because if you get subscribers from your Shorts content, then they're there for your Shorts content, which means it's going to hinder an impact on your long form content. So if you're going to do Shorts, it has to be on a separate channel. Unless you're like a streamer, maybe, then short form content can work, but that's like, again, a different type of category of content. Any person that does long form content, you should not do Shorts on the same channel at all, if really at all. I just don't do Shorts because it will kill my channel. No one wants to listen to me ramble about some big titty bimbo from an anime for 20 minutes that's got a short attention span.
I will say I have seen some Shorts creators, and I say some because it depends on the niche. I watch a Pokemon content creator who opens up Pokemon packs on his Shorts, and then he also does giveaways on another channel. There's a very obvious reason why he is successful doing giveaways on live streams and then doing videos. It's because the people that watch him open Pokemon packs are going to because they want the giveaway, and they might stick around for the long form content as well. But that's Pokemon, and there are some situations where that can be successful. But as a VTuber, if you want to make long form content, you can't be doing Shorts because it does not ever translate, which is why I think a lot of VTubers struggle when it comes to the long form content because they don't understand that Shorts never translate. And when I think that when they unlock that thought process, it breaks them into a million pieces.
The problem with a lot of VTubers is they all just copy each other, but they don't understand why they're making the content and what audience they're trying to build. And instead they just go, that VTuber did cool stuff that got lots of money, I'm going to do what they did.
And then when you show them something that doesn't do that and yet is successful, their brains melt. Like me and Mizu.
They can't adapt either, because if they need to pivot their content and they don't have a template to copy, they're fucked. And that's why they'll never survive through any rocky periods, because they need to be able to analyze and say, okay, this is my content, this is my audience, this is something that I can make that isn't exactly that, but it will translate over to that.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like me and Mizu, we definitely don't follow the mold of what you see normal VTubers do. And I would say that we are more successful than a lot of, minus the ones that are like in big orgs, we're more successful than a lot of them because we don't post shorts that waters down our algorithm, and we do like videos that are actually interesting to the long form people. So I just am like always surprised seeing how people.
Chat kept mentioning Ren Primrose, so I just went to check her channel real quick.
Oh gosh, how is she doing? Please show me.
Well, you got to keep in mind, Ren Primrose has almost 1 mil subs. She's at 880,000 subs. It's a lot of subs. Her top video in the last week got 50K views.
That's not bad.
Her top video in the last month got 70K. Her live streams typically get about 10K.
That's not bad.
But she's almost a 1 million sub channel.
The problem is you always end up getting a lot of dead weight. Small channels always do well because they don't have as much dead weight.
Yeah, like her shorts are making more than what you would expect to see on her channel. They're making like 500,000 views a short. And that's kind of what you would expect to see from like a 1 million sub channel. But it's
that's probably where most of her audience is probably in the shorts.
Yeah.
So thank you, Internet Zen Master, really quick for the 10 in relation to the Animal Farm thing. Mizu, watching that response makes me wish for Kurt Cobain's last meal. Thank goodness for a 2-week wait period. Also, shorts successful. VTuber Ren Primrose is a cautionary tale otherwise. Because that's the thing, and like Espiritu has it right. When you do shorts, the algorithm says you're a shorts creator now. And when you try to do anything else, it just won't let you. Or it won't let you be successful in it. And it's important to kind of remember that, because shorts don't make money. Like, flat out, they just don't. This was a huge thing with TikTok for a while, where TikTok, the company itself, was talking about how they couldn't even figure out how to monetize their platform. Yeah. And then all the users were talking about how the platform can't monetize itself, and companies are just not giving them money for, what do you call it? Why am I'm blanking? Like, they weren't giving them affiliate deals or sponsorships or anything, because the companies didn't see any real value in it either, for like a 30-second ad that people could scroll by too easily.
Right. Azahara says, look at her streams. She gets less. Well, okay, I don't like money shaming people, but, you know, that is pretty sad. Her streams are full of no, that's the other thing is shorts also attract children, which is not what I want. I don't want any children in my streams.
I want sugar daddies.
Exactly, and they're not in the
and shorts don't get me sugar daddies, okay? So if you're a sugar daddy, come watch my content.
Sugar daddies don't hide in shorts. Only women and small children hide in the shorts. So
yeah, and it's like I guess I have to clarify. I'm not shaming her for like, oh, she only gets like 50K views. No, 50K views is kind of respectable. The problem is when you have that many subs and you're getting that little views, what that tells the almighty algorithm is that even your own followers don't want to watch you, which importantly makes it so that you don't get pushed to new followers. Because the way the algorithm works, it says, if your own followers don't want to watch you, why would a new person want to?
Yeah.
And it kneecaps you completely. That's why I think shorts are bad. And I think anyone that just mindlessly tells you, go do shorts, is intentionally trying to kneecap you.
Well, I think, again, you know, you can say, oh, shorts are good, but you have to specify in what ways shorts are good. Because again, you had people like Flork, and then you had you had a Pokemon creator who I guess does work with content creators who are just like, oh yeah, shorts are good. And it's just like, yeah, shorts are good for specific niches. But if you want to tell me that shorts are good for long form content, I don't believe you. I actively do not believe you. There are very few people that actively can translate the people from shorts to long form.
Yeah.
And it's like with how many people are swiping and swiping and how many shorts exist, I just don't believe it. I'm going to be honest with you.
And I do just want to show like just a couple of the quotes. If you go to the quotes, oh, does this person actually have it right? I understand the advice is coming from, but IMO, the problem lies more so in creators not understanding how the conversion and algorithms work and how they differ for each platform.
I think she knows what she's talking about.
She's better off. But then you get people like this. I'm not going to flame this person for their opinion. This is factually incorrect. TikTok, in the short time it's been around compared to other websites, has almost 5 times the views of most sites, even in live streams. Again, this is the thing. A view on YouTube, a single channel view on YouTube is worth almost 1,000 TikTok views. TikTok conversion rates are garbage. You need to match like a 1,000 view YouTube video, you need to get like 100,000 TikTok viewers.
Yep, something like that.
Before any company considers it remotely the same. So yeah, you get bigger numbers, but that's all you get, is you get a mindlessly bigger number. It doesn't convert into fans, it doesn't convert into money, it doesn't convert into sponsorships. It's literally a worthless number.
Yeah, it's why, like, when I had a TikTok account, and I'm sure that it still exists out there, you can probably find my TikTok, see all the TikToks that I did, just like when I was practicing making short form content. And let me tell you, I quit doing it because I hated doing it. I was able to get 10,000 followers really quickly, and it was pretty fun, in the beginning. But eventually I'm just like, I don't know, this feels soulless and mindless and numbing, and I don't like this, and it's boring, and I can't. I don't enjoy it. It's like 10,000 followers doesn't really mean a whole lot if they aren't really there for you. They're just there for the few seconds that you exist.
Yeah, there's a couple things you have to mention with shorts that people ignore. Is first off the conversion rates, like I just said. But second off, what you said, even like larger creators that have made it as a creator have said multiple times that shorts are draining and they hate it. Yeah. I don't know what it is about shorts specifically, but they seem to just like drain the enthusiasm out of people.
I mean, just look at the quartering shorts right now. I'm going to be complete.
Occo's trying to get our stream taken down.
No, listen, I've been told that as long as you avoid showing guns, it's okay.
Banana Bomber King says, what's the point of TikTok? To ruin the minds of children.
Pretty much. If you do brain scans of children, it actually shows that children that have had prolonged visual access to TikTok, it actually has eroded their ability to think critically and do things critically. I know it had a bit of effect on me, which is why I try to do more things that don't involve my phone. Like I journal every single day. Having trading cards and doing things with trading cards, I feel like sorting those and like reading them has helped me out a little bit to regain my composure. But like, you got to do things without your phone in your hand all the time, or like get that quick dopamine rush, because I think that is just like, it's ruining young children right now, sadly.
You saw this one a lot as well, where people would say, I never would have found X creator without shorts. Okay, yeah, but you're not like the average person watching shorts.
No.
Like 99% of people that watch a short are never actually going to click on the channel that did the short. What they do is they hit subscribe, and they just pray that person's shorts pop up again when they start doom scrolling again. They don't actually actively go to the channel to look for them. But I was just showing this off to show that, like, yeah, people are going through it, and they're all talking about how great shorts are, and how like much it goes on. Like, I'm not going to jump on the simply telling you guys it's wrong. I just want to quantify how impactful shorts can be. Prior to posting shorts regularly, I averaged around 70 viewers on Twitch and 10 on YouTube multi-streaming. After a few months of posting 4 times weekly, high-quality edits, I'm now averaging 180 on Twitch and 40 to 50 on YouTube, and still growing every single week. The problem with people that say stuff like this is you're not quantifying how the shorts affected that. That's just normal growth.
I mean, I can definitely believe that shorts can help you grow in these situations. Pirate software is a decent example, I would say. But again, if you want, I bet she gets more views. Is she a not safe for work creator? You know what? Never mind. She's not allowed
Who,
to have
this
an
one?
opinion. Azahara says that she's a not safe for work creator. If that's the case, then she's not allowed to have an opinion on that. Sorry, your opinion doesn't matter if you create porn content.
But
You're
yeah,
automatically out of the running. Sorry.
It's one of those things where people, they try and say it this way. It's like, okay, that doesn't quantify how the shorts specifically helped you. Like you're mistaking like normal growth for the shorts did it. I like this one. I have a giant spreadsheet with real data and test. I went from 20 to 5,000 subscribers in less than a month on YouTube with 2 million views.
What views are those?
Yeah,
Are
I
those
can
shorts
predict view
views?
ranges
Are
and
those-
subscriber rates based on the script. You know what doesn't say anything about this? It doesn't say how much money you make off of that. It doesn't say what kind of sponsorships you get off of that. It's, again, just mindless number go up. Subscriber go up, views go up.
That's the Vita Ramen founder, so he is the sponsorship.
Yeah.
But you are correct. It's just like, well, how much money are you actually making from that?
Yeah.
The money is bad? No, yeah, the money is bad. Again, unless you are one of the few random people where shorts translates to long form content, the money is always going to be bad. I just don't believe that it's good.
And you can scroll through here and every single one of them will say the same thing. Views go up, subscribers go up. Okay, but
I don't care just about that though.
Like one of the examples I gave was I gave myself. I only have like 3K subscribers on YouTube and I make more money than a lot of these people. And that's not like bragging or being like, oh, you're poor, yada yada. It's like, it's trying to explain to you that your numbers are super inflated. And I genuinely believe, because of how we understand the algorithm to work, your inflated numbers are going to heavily stagnate you.
You get the same money from a $5 million short than from a 10K views on a 10-minute video. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. Okay. I don't feel like it's an issue for me to say this. Give me one moment. I have my Cinder video that is about to hit 10K views. You want to guess how much money I made on the Cinder video just from ad revenue?
Sure.
$30.
Oh,
5 million views. 5 million views, $30. If that's true, if that is true, that you get the same amount of money from a 10,000 view vid, and the RPM is about similar, and you're looking at about $30. 5 million views get you $30.
I wish I said it before you said $30 because I said $30 in my head because I just looked at. I remember the RPM. Mine is around $3 per K.
Yeah. By the way, I'm not complaining because I don't really care too much about ad revenue on. I mean, I do appreciate the ad revenue, but I care more about building my views on my long form videos because a lot of my long form videos I try to make evergreen, and as long as they're evergreen and they're building, they get more views in the future. The point I'm trying to make is if you get the same or similar RPMs for shorts, that's pretty bad.
So
I would love to see the views.
Metrics that other people have collected, on average, a YouTube will pay a creator between $1 to $10 for every 1,000 views. On the flip side, they will pay roughly $30 to $200 per million views on a short. The exact numbers are a regular YouTube video is typically 0.01 cent per view, whereas the average short is like 0.005 per view. Oh, sorry, that's per 1,000 views. I read that wrong.
Okay.
So yeah, you're getting a lot more per view just in regular content by like a ridiculous amount. That's how like you have to explain it, right? For like a regular video, YouTube actually measures the money per view. But for a short, they typically measure the money per 1,000 views.
Yeah, it's per 1,000 views because per 1,000 views is like the baseline of what people are willing to pay for.
Yeah.
It reminds me, you know those clippers? I can't remember if you were there. I think you were there when we watched that video by Devin Nash where he talks about how clippers get paid and they don't just go by base views. You have to be over 1,000 views to be considered.
Yeah.
So,
Probably
yeah.
have to be over 1 million for a short to be considered.
For the clippers, they need over 100,000 views overall to be considered for payout.
Fair.
So 1,000 views like gets you a couple bucks, but you have to make it that 100,000 views in order to get paid out.
And yeah, that of course chat mentions it again, but that's the other important thing is that shorts aren't fun. There's never been a single creator that's like, oh, I love making shorts so much, they're so fun. Every single one talks about how soul-sucking and draining it is to do shorts regularly. Because of the level of consistency you are required to do with shorts.
And I didn't even do like the really in-depth ones that you see a lot of these content creators do. I just did really soulless ones, and then I was like, you know what, I'm not even gonna go above this. This really sucks.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't. I have way more joy pulling together some things I want to talk about and actively talking about them than I do like making shorts. Shorts are just so draining and soul-sucking. I hate it.
Yeah. Other thing I was going to touch on with you guys, and this is kind of like a side point that doesn't really matter, but both V4 Mirai and Hololive put out more announcements about, defamation and harassing the talents, which is something they kind of do pretty regularly. A lot of companies typically do this.
I forgot that V4 Mirai existed, I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah. They just put out like the this thing to say like we heavily distaste of this. Hololive put out the thing to say, says they've taken action, which they always say, but I never know how much action they've actually taken.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you, they probably just won't ever say, you know.
Oh, they probably won't. Thank you, Internet Zen. The only shorts creator who genuinely enjoys doing shorts is Madman Fenrir. I think V4 Mirai did theirs to get brand awareness because no one remembers them. Oh, that's rough. But accurate. Here, give me a sec. Who actually is even in V4 Mirai? Does it have it on their page? I don't know if I recognize them.
I recognize not one of these individuals.
I wish them all luck. But if anybody recognizes them, yeah.
Yep, I'm unfamiliar with any of them. Gonna be real with you. Sorry, chat.
Look, I get that you're talking about, like, some people probably go overboard with, like, kind of being sex pesty over the talents. But you've got, like, a girl back here that has, like, a heart tattoo on her inner titty. And you've got this girl that's... And then you've got this girl over here that's just, like, nothing. Her bottoms are just non-existent.
I think, there are definitely lines that you should put down for
this
content.
This one's wearing a nightie.
Is she? Oh, she is. Yeah, she is.
And she's got a mole on her inner titty. That's just asking for people to simp.
I think it depends on what people are saying. Like, did they outline specifically what kind of harassment these girls were getting?
Typically, it's sexual harassment.
Okay.
Look at this one, who's just wearing fishnet and then has, like, little foldovers covering the nipples. I'm just saying, some of these you're asking for it.
Gotcha game. I don't know. I'm
just saying, some of them are kind of asking for it with those models.
My opinion is when you become a VTuber, you have to acknowledge that no matter what, unless you're covering up your model in a very hyper-conservative fashion, people are just going to be weird about it. And if you're not willing to be okay with that, you shouldn't be a VTuber because people are like that, you know? I'm sorry to say it, but like anime is full of degenerate people, you know? I speak from experience. So if you're going to be upset about that, you probably shouldn't be a VTuber is all I'm really going to say.
That's fair. Spiritu dying over there, you good buddy?
I realized I shouldn't have pulled up Twitter midway through stream while looking at the whole UK thing because I started raging.
Oh,
You
no.
upset? I mean, we can move into the UK thing next. I only had one other thing other than that.
Oh
No,
my
you're good.
gosh.
I just so triggered about it.
So,
Well, here, before we move into that, I need to go grab a thing.
okay.
Have an idle meeting.
I'm going to pull up some funny stuff that we can pull up afterwards as well. Spiritu, did you see that Silvervale was finally able to get some shares in Gamer Subs?
Ooh.
Chat, put your bets in now if Silvervale is still going to be friends with Shy Lily in a couple of months. Obviously, you know, that's like mostly a joke, but like it is kind of funny that like Cinder gets booted out. Well, not booted out. She chooses to leave. Then Silvervale comes in and buys stuff. It's just kind of funny. And so, you know, it's funny. Define friends. You're right. They're not friends. They're not friends. None of those parasitic creatures are friends. They are all women that want your money. They want you to give them your money.
They're so rich too. Like, to be able to own shares in a company like that, you'd have to be pretty loaded.
I guess it depends on how expensive the company is, you know?
I mean, with the amount of money they make from their sugar water, so...
Yeah.
Because it's not a publicly traded company, isn't it?
It is owned, I believe, by J Schlatt. I believe it's a J Schlatt company first. There'll be a doc on the shut-in, maybe. She was too much of a shut-in. She was very mean to me. She's very, very mean to me. The most notable thing was having a pre-HoloLive talent. Interesting. Interesting. They also had Gigi. Oh, okay. Gamer Subs is just like Valve. I don't know what you mean by that. In that they're based? Question mark. I see Silvervale collab with much smaller VTubers more than any. Does Silvervale collab with smaller VTubers? Interesting. I've seen Cinder do that way more often.
Shy Lily apparently holds 5% of Gamer Subs.
Is it 5%? Last I checked, it was 10%. So she must have lost some of that percentage.
That was based on 2024. I can try and find an update. 2025 Cinder was 10%.
Yeah, I was going to say, last I checked, it was 10%. Although the percentage is probably, I can't remember if it goes up or down when somebody sells their shares back to the company.
I'm going to ask Grok and see if he can give me an update on it.
Don't ask Grok. You're going to piss me off if you ask Grok.
What are we asking Grok?
About Shy Lily's shares.
Oh, it's not going to know.
I'm assuming that since you said that, you know what Tectone's most recent like thing that he's been doing has been.
Yeah, he uses Grok all the time. Yeah, that annoys me because now it gets a bad rap.
So, Mizu, did you see the Tectone drama with Pirate Software?
That was so funny too.
I did not. I don't keep track of Tectone because I know he hates me.
That's fair. Here is what I will tell you. Tectone unironically gave Pirate Software a W, which makes me hate him 10 times more because everybody doesn't like Pirate Software. Pirate Software really sucks. But Tectone decided to be the big-brained idiot and say that there's no way that Pirate Software didn't pay his mods a full-time salary. And then Pirate Software was like, dude, this is the easiest thing for me to disprove. Here's me making bank transfer statements to all of my full-time mods. And the crazy thing is Tectone used Grok to validate his claims instead of doing any actual research. And before Pirate Software responded, Tectone was like, if I'm wrong and he can prove it, I'll donate $10,000 to any charity that he wants. Pirate Software proved it wrong. He's like, all right, now you need to donate $10,000 to my sanctuary. And now Tectone's like, oh, I'm not going to pay him. He didn't do it in the way I wanted him to.
He wants Pirate Software to dox the actual employees on that list, which even Pirate Software and everyone agreed that's
He said
stupid.
something like it's more redacted than the Epstein files.
Yeah, he did say that, which is retarded because it's just like what was redacted was the names of who Pirate Software paid it to, obviously the IDs of their bank account, and how much money he paid them.
Yeah.
Just like those are things that you normally would redact when you are showing this kind of stuff to the public. And the fact that Tectone is doing this, he's moving the goalpost. Now he wants to see, because like originally he threw around the number 60,000, and now he's just like, oh, he has to prove that he did pay them 60,000. It's like, I don't think anybody said that he was paying them 60,000. The only one that said that was you, motherfucker, looking up from Grok, and one of your dumb former mods that said it that you believed.
Oh yeah, his mods and admins are generally stupid people. Like, they constantly stalk me. They ran a mass report campaign on my main channel for such a long time. They are generally idiots.
You should give them to me. I like laughing.
Really quick, thank you, Banana Bomber Kang, for the 2 super chats. It says, what is Zen's new agency? And Silvervale is the Mudkip of VTubers.
That's brutal.
Mudkip is cool, though. I like Mudkip.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like Mudkips?
Well, I'm saying it's brutal for Mudkip.
Oh, fair. And then thank you, Chaos Mash, for the super. Spiritu, ask Grok. I want to see Occo pop a vessel.
I did actually ask Grok. I love asking Grok things. I just hate the fact that Tectone uses Grok, because now it gets a bad rap.
I actually get a lot of useful stuff out of Grok, to be honest.
So do I.
Here's the thing, right? And I think a lot of people need to understand this. You don't ask Grok in answer to a question. You ask Grok to help you find a source.
Yes. You get it to you use it like Google, but just a better version of Google, and then when it gives you the sources, you check the sources.
Yeah, you have to actually read them. This is a huge thing I get people all the time with Google, because Google also uses an AI now to kind of help refine searches. So I'll get in legal disagreements with people, right, who used the Google AI as their source. The fun fact about like a lot of legal documents is, for some reason, a lot of legal documents start with the incorrect answer, not the correct answer. And the way the Google AI works is it doesn't read the whole document. It reads the start of the document. And so literally, if you ask Google any legal question, there's almost a 100% chance it will just blatantly tell you the incorrect answer, because of the nature of how lawyers structure their documents and how the AI searches. It is hilariously bad at doing anything legal.
Yeah.
And it took me a while to figure out that's what it was doing, because people kept sending me like Google sources, so I would do the search myself and then click the documents it was recommending. And I realized that the Google AI was reading the first paragraph. And the first paragraph the second paragraph always starts with something that's like, but that's how a layman would see it. This is the actual way lawyers do it. It's so funny just how bad it is doing anything legal.
No, yeah, I agree.
Speaking of legal, I want to touch on this because this got on my nerves, and me and Ava kind of tossed this back and forth, and I think me and Ava kind of came to the same conclusion. Was people keep sharing this thing around called the Restoring Artistic Protection Act, or the RAP Act. And it's not rap by accident. It is specifically targeted to rappers who confess their crimes in songs. And the actual idea of the law is to make it so you can't use like a rapper's music where they confess to killing somebody in court as evidence on the murder trial.
Uh-huh.
And the excuse is, well, it's got to be creative. Sorry, what?
Oh, I sent it to you and we talked about it for a moment. And you were like, I don't know, this is this isn't going to do what I think a lot of people think it's going to do. Because a lot of people think this is going to like give more rights to people that are drawing stuff, and you were like, people are chasing the wrong thing here. We already have these rights.
Yeah, so people are pointing out the top part creates a strong presumption that creative or artistic works cannot be used as evidence against someone in a federal or criminal case. For some reason, the way people read this top like overview was that the works themselves can't be illegal. That's already a thing. We already have that. It's called the Miller test, and it's the Ashcroft free speech case.
Right.
We already have that as a federal protection, and every time it's been brought up to the Supreme Court, it's not even close that they've affirmed it's correct. Every single time they're like, yeah, we're not even going to hear this. Ashcroft versus Free Speech Coalition. This would just always be a thing. Mm-hmm. They have not been able to get past that. What it's actually saying is if you confess a crime within the artistic work, that cannot be used as evidence of you admitting to the crime. No, this is not actually off the heels of the Afro Man trial. This is in a different district than that completely.
You know, what's really funny is, while it's not off of the heels of that trial specifically, there is another trial by a rapper that ended up allegedly killing a minor person that they knew. And
that was David.
That's going through the court. Well, that was David. So that's going to the courts right now. So it is kind of funny that this is popping up right as he's getting indicted, and a lot of this other stuff is going on. And I do think it's interesting because you posted about this and you're like, oh, I don't think this is doing what people are going to think. And a lot of people are saying that you're wrong. And I just think it's funny. It's like, no. I think Mizu is 100% right here. This isn't going to do anything. It's not more than it's already going to do.
Yeah. So, because there's another thing too, is how this would negatively hurt actual evidence, right? So the important part in this key mechanisms section is the ending where they say not artistic expression. So in the Ashcroft versus the Free Speech Coalition, the Miller test was established to establish what counts as artistic, basically. Or what counts as free speech. And one of the sections is the third section. It's the most important. Is a work is always free speech if it meets the criteria of artistic, literary, or scientific value. And that's important because if you go into that, it basically explains what something has to do to be considered artistic. And long story short, it is almost impossible to not meet that bar.
Yeah.
It is genuinely such a massive hurdle, and it's supposed to be, because it's supposed to protect your free speech, which we have in America as a constitutional right. But they want to take that constitutional right and change it so evidence against you in court has to overcome your constitutional right to free speech, basically. Because they're trying to apply the same standard to it. And people immediately thought of, like, video games, and for some reason, something like that's a better example is if you found somebody's diary where they detailed how they were going to kill somebody and when they did it, when you brought that to court, they could have said, oh, it's a fictional storyline for my murder mystery. You now have to convince a judge that has no artistic merit to overcome the free speech protection in order for that to actually be evidence, even though it's a blatant admittance that you killed somebody and how you did it.
Right.
And yes, like OJ's book, which, by the way, this is my tweet, and I used OJ's book as an example, and I had multiple people reply to me and go, but OJ is dead. Yes, I know he's dead. That's not relevant. I was using his book as an example. Because the book couldn't even try him because it would have been double jeopardy. But I was using it as an example that he wrote an entire book that literally detailed how he killed somebody, and by this act would have said that was completely okay to do and couldn't be used as evidence in court.
Mm-hmm.
It is so dumb.
And I'm kind of glad that, I'm going to be honest with you, chat. The other thing that you need to take notice of is who is supporting this bill right now and why I feel like they're supporting it. Last I checked, it wasn't getting any Republican support. It's only getting Democratic support. And again, the way that it's coming around and even the way that it's being called, the RAP Act, it rubs me the wrong way, you know?
Yep.
It rubs me way the
If
wrong
you
way.
actually read through them advertising it, they're like, but you know, sometimes they try and bring in a rapper's music into court and say that, like, you know, these wonderful fictional storylines they tell, that those are things they actually did. It's like, well, yeah, because they actually did do it.
You want to know what's funny? A lot of people use the Key and Peele sketch as a funny example for this, and it's just like, yeah, man, that's exactly the kind of stuff that would target.
Yeah, the Key and Peele sketch is basically saying, like, that would be a real life situation now. That's what they want, and it's so dumb. And it's like, I get why people want, like, they think it's going to be like a greater protection for like video games and anime and stuff. We already have that.
Exactly.
And it's federal. It's established by the Supreme Court.
We already, yeah, exactly. It's just like, there is nothing that can take that away. Because again, you and I talked about obscenity laws. I can't remember how I brought it up, but like, I had heard somebody bring up obscenity laws, and I'm like,
I brought it up, yeah.
You brought it up? Okay. And I was
Occo
just
and I
like,
were talking about something the other day related to obscenity laws, and I pointed out that, like, obscenity is such a ridiculously high bar because of the Miller test that it's almost impossible to get something labeled as obscene. Like, there's even cases where people have gotten, like, sex toys labeled as not obscene because of the craftsmanship of the toy.
It's very hilarious, by the way. We actually, no, I remember that, yeah, because, like, I was like, oh, does this mean a Bad Dragon dildo? And you're like, yes, due to the fact that Bad Dragon has a lot of artism that goes into it, it would be considered way more artistic value than a regular dildo because of the time that goes into it. And I'm like, I hate that that's the way of thinking that you've approached for this, but I do see the way that you're thinking of that, and it bothers me. It is basically what I'm trying to say. The more artistic you get, chat, the more free speech it is.
Well, the best example I gave was that just blatant profanity, like just the word fuck, you actually have a stronger case that just the word fuck is more obscene than a full spread of a naked woman, like, on the back of your car. Because the full spread of the naked woman is an actual art piece, and you can argue it has artistic merit to it. The word fuck by itself is just a word, and there's an argument to be made that there's no artistic or literary merit in the word by itself.
Now, I would say, probably wouldn't put a naked woman on the back of a car, because then children could see it, and then there would be a different argument that would get thrown in there.
I don't know, Mizu. You haven't been to Australia. We have a very artistic way of using the word fuck a lot.
Oh no, I've watched the video by Tom Cardy where he explains Australian read between the lines words. My favorite one I've kind of really latched on to is Good Day Champion.
But no, yeah, like, I think the thing that a lot of people get stuck up on is they draw these lines for these kinds of things here. And I'll even take a look. I'll even go back to the Texas law, because I think you and I talked about the Texas law, where there's now a law in Texas that basically can encompass a lot of different fictional content. On its face, that law is unconstitutional. And if somebody actually does get arrested for fictional content, the Miller test will be used in court to get that person off because of how obscenity works. Obscenity is such a blatant, like, breakdown of your First Amendment rights that it gets knocked down almost as soon as it is brought up in court because of the different things that have been ruled on in the past.
A really good example is the Protect Act, which a lot of antis like to bring up all the time.
Because they don't see the revision. They just go for the first part.
Well, the important part of the Protect Act is the Protect Act put exactly one person in jail. The second person they tried to put in jail for it immediately appealed it. And as soon as the Supreme Court saw their appeal, they said, yeah, this act is bullshit, so you're going to have to completely strip it down into nothing. It literally got one person. The very first person to actually appeal it, though, got it removed.
Yeah.
That is how, like, strict the US takes these things. It's actually pretty easy for them to get a law passed. The hard part is getting it to stick.
Pretty much. And again, when I see these kinds of things and I see all these antis or people that don't like certain content, it's just like, I'm sorry, man. Again, I'm right there with you. I think a lot of this stuff is weird, but you got to be okay with it and just not look at it. All right. And we can have different conversations about different things. And they really like to pull up these other things. But like, if you read a couple lines down, or you actually like do more than just Google for 5 seconds, you'll find that it's not against the law, and you just got to deal with it, you know?
It's why I get irritated at people that push for banning porn, because then I ask them a question, what is the definition of porn? And then straight away it becomes this loose terminology, but they want to be hyper specific when it suits them wanting to ban a very specific thing. And I'm like, sure, you want to ban that specific thing, but someone else has a different definition of how they interpret that word. And so it just broad strokes everything.
Yeah.
Well, I always tell people, and like, you know, I've had conversations with some friends about the whole lolly thing, and they're like, why are you like a defender of this? Why can't you just say that that you just hate that? And what I tell them, I was like, well, yes, I do dislike that because of how it makes me feel. I feel it makes me feel uncomfortable. But I defend things that I know that if that goes, the thing that I like that could be way up the list is possibly down there. Because even though one guy might be the right guy to ban it, and he might just stick with one thing, the next guy might go even worse than he does. My thing is always just, I do not trust man to regulate laws. And because I don't trust man to regulate laws, I know that you have to be very, very, very careful with what you choose to ban and what you go to, because everybody will always abuse it and everybody will always take advantage of it. And even if you think you're the best guy, you're not, and somebody is, it's just going to get fucked up. So it's one of those things where you can just recognize how the law works, recognize that you don't have to pay attention to it, protect yourself from the stuff you don't want to see, and move on. And that's the way I just kind of take it, you know? They won't ban interracial. That's not what I was thinking of. I was thinking of way more vanilla stuff, but sure.
Really quick, Internet Zen Master. Yeah, no, I'm against this purely on the fact it would allow people like David to get a better defense in his murder case, which is exactly the reason why when I first saw this a couple days ago, I said I can't see any use for this other than protecting actual criminals. I do not see how this protects an innocent person at all. And then Toa for 5, thank you. The minor correction is Miller test is from Miller versus California. Free Speech Coalition versus Ashcroft was built on New York versus Ferber to say that lolly is not the same as real. But yeah, like it was just an establishment of using the Miller test, basically, for art. But all this somewhat relates to kind of the top story and why I made a joke about the UK being Nazi Germany, which is a VTuber called Mimi got arrested allegedly in the UK. So this particular tweet is VTuber arrested. British police arrested the popular VTuber and illustrated Mimi Yanagi for possession of her own drawings. Mimi revealed she was held in custody after being arrested on April 20th. Authorities confiscated all her devices, and she is now free on bail with extreme conditions. She cannot post adult content and must use a name approved by the police. British laws are extremely harsh regarding the possession of certain types of illustrations that authorities classify as restricted material, even if they are completely fictional. Important to mention, because some people forget this, UK has no free speech. Most countries do not have any sort of free speech enshrined in their constitutions. It is very uniquely an American thing.
No,
and that is why you shouldn't take it for granted, Americans. Protect it with your goddamn fucking life.
It's why I get really frustrated. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just joking that I'm moving.
Oh, you can move to America, get a green card. I don't think Leaflet is available, but I'm sure you can find a woman that would take you.
That's all right. I won't run that joke too far into the ground. But yeah, I'll find a nice girl.
Yeah. No, but it's just like when I see because I've seen plenty of Americans come out and say it's good that she got arrested, and I'm like, I thought you were a free speech individual. You cannot again. I will scream until like I'm blue in the face. You cannot say you're a free speech individual, and then also say that you're okay with this, because you're praising British monarchy that we literally 250 years ago gave a middle finger to and said, fuck you, we're going to go do it our own way. And people are praising that this woman got arrested for drawing herself, from what I've been told. I mean, I don't think she has pink hair IRL, but like she was drawing like herself or whatever. It's just like, it does worry me, because like I have this mad feeling that like the death of freedom of speech isn't going to be from a lefty. It's going to be from a righty that wants to do it in the name of children, or in the name of, oh, we have to protect something. And that's really crazy for me to say, because I don't like lefties. I mean, I don't like lefties or righties, but like I am worried that like the death of freedom of speech is going to come from a righty that says, I'm doing this in the name of children.
I see two groups on the right doing that. One's been protect the children and the extreme religious nut jobs.
Yeah.
Only because I've gotten into a lot of arguments with those ones.
Imagine how whipped you have to be to cheer on somebody being arrested over drawing. Yeah, it's really sad. It's really sad. Because again, there are a lot of people on the internet, a lot of people that I would have thought are bastions of free speech. Oh, I've been oppressed for many years. I've had my speech stifled, and I just want to be able to go my own way. Now that I see some of those people have a modicum of power, they are choosing to say, I want that thing censored. I want that thing censored. Every single time somebody gets a modicum of power, they're like, you know what? I think it's time that we censor things that I don't like. I feel like I'm more pro free speech than most Americans, and I'm not even American. You probably are, which is funny.
So Satoru, thank you for the super. Has Mimi tried to claim the drawings or depictions of the Prophet Muhammad's bride, and therefore her arrest is Islamophobic? I'm sure she'll be fine. Trying to get me in trouble. If you hear an explosion, you know who did it. Thank you, Internet Zed, for the super. Does the rest of the world want America to declare an American empire and start conquering lands to bring free speech to your home? If any president would be inclined to start it, it would be Trump.
I think what America should do, boot out all the lefties, and then open the door to all the people that want free speech and great, freedom and guns, and let us come in. We'll replace the lefties, and you'll be perfectly fine.
I think there needs to be a specific citizenship test for that first, though. You got to eat a double cheeseburger with bacon and onions and barbecue sauce, and then you need to be able to ride a horse, mount and ride a horse. See, I don't have to learn how to do that.
Can we just boot everyone mostly out of California, and then we can bring Vegemite and koalas and emus?
No Vegemite, all right? That's got to stay. But we can agree on breeding the emus in the zoo.
Okay, but if we use the emus, we can fight the Chinese back when they invade.
Okay. I'm not worried about the Chinese, all right? Most of their children don't want to do anything.
You won't be with the emus, so the emus will take care of them.
Well, no, like most of the Chinese people, like their children are refusing to work or do anything of value. So like, I'm not afraid of them. All right. And their population of old people are about to die off anyway. So,
well, funny enough, I think what's the apparent population of China? Like 1 point.
It's a couple billion.
Yeah. Apparently there's rumors that actually it's below 1 billion. Like they fake.
If that's true.
Yeah.
There's a lot of allegations that China fakes basically all of their statistics.
Yeah. And it's not unrealistic to think that they fake their statistics when you see how much they prop up their economy.
They prop up so much shit.
I do want to throw this out there because I think I've mentioned it before, but I want to mention it again. China fakes so much stuff that there's credible allegations that the terracotta army is a modern invention and did not actually come from ancient China.
Wait, really?
So the scholars over the terracotta army refuse to allow anyone to independently test them. Like to get a sample of it and have it independently dated. they actively refuse any outside researchers to ever look at them. You have to be a Chinese national that is sponsored by the government in order to look at them.
Yeah.
I was just seeing a photo last night about the Great Wall of China, and apparently people are like, actually, most of the Great Wall of China is just like a dirt mound.
Oh, yeah, no, there's like a really pretty spot, which is where all the pictures are from. But about halfway through it, they kind of got lazy, and it just kind of ended up being like a retaining wall, sort of. China is like a very fake country, and it's kind of funny to a degree.
Well, they're so fake that they have to hire Hassan Piker to come and do PR for them. So
yeah. They make best Korea look honest.
But honestly, if I move to America, I want to go to Texas. Texas feels like more Australia.
What part of Texas?
I don't know. You can recommend the best part.
Just not Austin.
Sydney.
Austin is where all the lefties are.
Ooh. Why are all the lefties going to Texas? Go back to California.
Because they fled California because they don't know why they fled California.
So when they went to Texas, because that's where all the Mexicans are.
Mm-hmm.
Texas and Florida is where all the Mexicans are. But Florida has maintained its existence because it's also filled with old people. It's like a big retirement community.
Mm-hmm.
And alligators. So. Thank you, Banana Bomber King. You keep your emus over there. And Noir, to be fair, amount of dirt is most walls in history. That is a fair point.
Very true, yeah.
I will show this as well, by the way, is that I did get a hold of her original tweet before it got deleted. Well, it's not deleted, but her account's now on private and you can't see it. So, good afternoon, Bun Buns. Sincere apology for the absence. Mimi has a long story to tell. On Monday, April 20th, Mimi was arrested by the UK police for possession of her artwork and her artwork alone. She's currently on bail pending the outcome of a criminal investigation into her accounts and activities. All her devices were seized as a result of the arrest. As a result of her bail conditions, Mimi has to move to a new account, is required to use a header name on her new account that her bail officers agreed to. The account in question is Mimi Yabai, which is her exact same account but with an extra I added to it. For her bail conditions, her activities for the foreseeable future have to be both safe for work, fully transparent in order to prevent a breach of her bail conditions. Mimi apologizes sincerely from the bottom of her heart for letting all of you down and for disappointing you in such a way. The name on the new account is in debate if it's just a name they chose for her or if it's her actual legal name, which is why I have not shown anything from the new account.
Yeah, because
if she's getting forced to dox herself by the British government, I'm not gonna like I'm not gonna aid the British government in being a piece of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. It was just kind of insane that again, the UK does not have freedom of speech. And I think like I am double frustrated. I'm frustrated that like this happened and that people are cheering for it. But I'm also frustrated because like, and I'm not really frustrated with her, but I am frustrated because just like, listen, you know, your country literally lets criminals walk away all of the time. You probably should have stopped doing this while you were ahead. Like, you don't live in a country where protest is like seen as a good thing. You live in a country where they prioritize horrible people doing horrible things because they've got some sort of white guilt, and they will put you in jail just for drawings.
That country's too far gone.
Yeah. There were 2 posts on Reddit that are related. One about a guy who posted body horror stories and got arrested. Yeah, like the UK is, you cannot live there anymore and just say whatever you want, unfortunately. If you live there, you're just kind of, I mean, like, I feel bad for the Brit bongs that live there that I don't hate, because there are a few people there that I don't legitimately hate that are Brit bongs. But by the same token, you're still a Brit bong. And because you're still a Brit Bong, you live in a horrible place that hates you and wants you to die. So...
Thank you, Internet Zen, for another super, by the way. It says, a lot of the Great Wall was reused by locals for building materials, like other ancient parts of the world. Also, lefties are heading to Texas because they already flooded Oregon and Washington. Yeah.
No, that's true.
The problem with lefties is they abandon the shithole they made, and then they vote for the same things again.
Every time.
That's why I'm at least glad that Ron DeSantis over in Florida is like trying to put some things in that will keep some stuff all right, you know. But
so I pulled up these tweets you sent me, Occo, which I guess is what you wanted to end this off with.
I wanted to bring them up after we were done with the UK stuff. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if there was much else you wanted to bring up with the UK stuff, but like,
your country is a joke. Everybody should move out of it ASAP. I genuinely don't believe you can save it. Abandon it to the Middle Easterners.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think it's too far gone to do anything for them. They've allowed too much in to be able to reverse it.
And every party that tries to reverse it gets like slandered to shit and never gets anywhere.
Or thrown milkshakes with rocks in them.
I mean, Australia right now has similar issues, but we're not that far down the road. Like, we're not...
No, you're savable.
Yeah, we are savable. And to be honest, I'm going to be kind of mean to UK people. UK men are weak. Australian men, real Australian men, you can't tell us what to do because we're assholes. We are generally assholes. You look at the COVID restrictions, dude, they had cops like follow us and we would just go out there and do shit and they'd be like, oh yeah, we're going to restrict you. And like, what are you going to do? Gonna fine me? We won't pay it. They had like news outlets following people with cameras. There's an old clip of a guy and he's just like, oh, you know, I'm on my Barbie, mate. And they're like, oh, how do you feel about restrictions? He just knocks it out of the way. And he goes, oh, I'm a snags, mate. Fuck off. No one listens to our government.
That's always been the funny part with Australia, is Australia will make new laws and they'll show up at somebody's doorstep and say, you know, that's against the law, right? And the guy just goes, yeah, I don't really give a shit. I'm like, but you should care. It's against the law. And he's like, nah, I don't really care.
Oh, when they did the gun restrictions the end of last year, the Victorian state government said, yeah, no, we're not abiding by the laws. You can just stick it up your ass. And they just
I think it's kind of funny because, like, you know, you guys have your social media restriction on teenagers. I heard that like over 50% doesn't give a shit. Nobody cares.
Over 50% don't follow it, and the other 50% pretend they're above 18.
Yeah, Australia's always been funny with that. I love it.
We have a government, they tell us what to do, and then we don't do it. And then they go, we'll punish you. And you go, what are you going to do? Cry a river, Albanese? Oh, poor Albanese, you're going to cry. The last leader shit himself in Engadin's Macca's. We all remember that, Australia. We remind you of the last leader of that.
Mm. Yeah, that's kind of funny.
We love mocking our leaders.
That's good. I mean, that's what everybody should be allowed to do. America does that all the time. And I think some people forget.
What's going to happen? The cops are going to come arrest me? I know all the cops around here. They ain't going to fucking touch me. I spar with them on Tuesdays. I train with them.
Yeah, be friends with your local cops, chat. That'll help out.
Country populated by former felons doesn't listen to government. I am shocked.
Dr. Paul, the felons don't listen to us. What are we going to do?
You have a cat, you can pass the face test. Most faces in AUS. That's funny.
To be fair, that's most of these.
Break into my house. Just fun fact, I've had cops try to break into my house. They failed.
Why did they try and break into your house?
They thought I was dead. It was a couple of years ago. They thought me and my mother were dead
How
in the house.
How long were
so
you
they tried
out
to break
that
in.
they thought you died?
Oh, someone tried to kill us. Someone actually tried to kill us, and they came to the door because we were out, and we didn't answer. So they thought we were dead. So they tried to break in. They went through the front door, couldn't get through. They go around the back door. They tried again. They go through the front door. They break the lock, but they couldn't get through because it's a triple lock system. And all the windows are barred wired with a it's like maximum security, and I'm upping the security in the next 4 weeks, so good luck trying to get in even more. So they couldn't get through, and then we got home and we're like, oh, they broke our locks because they couldn't get through it, and they used every.
We being robbed?
We thought we did, and then we realized, oh, it's the cops and they suck. And the only way you can get into this house is you would have to drive a car through the front window, and you'd still probably fail.
Oh, that's hilarious. An emu tried to office spirit you? Yeah, sounds about right. Holy fuck, that's amazing.
Thank you, Internet Zen. I wouldn't say that yet. Restore Britain's probably the last chance the Brits have. Also, the Neo IRA is a thing, so it sucks to be the Brits now. I don't know, it's just one of those things. Like, I think Britain is a failed country. It's this failed experiment.
I agree.
People always joke that like America's a failed experiment, and it's like, what's the failed experiment? Everybody listens to us. Nobody listens to the UK anymore.
Yeah. I mean, they kind of listen to us because we pay for everything. The minute we stop paying for everything, everybody else is going to suffer. That's why it's really funny when I see all these whiny bitches saying like, oh, but you guys don't have free healthcare. It's just like, yeah, neither will you if I stop paying your bills, which is what I'm doing right now.
Which is why I believe we should stop paying their bills.
Exactly.
The free healthcare
I want to stop paying your bills.
Oh no, I don't have healthcare where I have to wait in line for literally like 7 months just to see a doctor. By that point, I don't need to see a doctor. I'm either dead or I'm over whatever I had.
I think the unfortunate problem, I've thought about this a lot, and maybe I'm just not need to keep thinking on it, but I think healthcare is just one of those things that's kind of hard to solve because unless you do just like force doctors to give free healthcare to people and you take care of the doctors, it's kind of difficult. You know, the only way to really fix some things is to have competitiveness in the market, actually like tear down some of the things that some people lobby against, because like there's a lot of lobbying that goes on in the medical world. You know, you have to tear down some of those safety holds, and it will bring down the prices a lot. They're not going to do that though, because they like that. They like all of the money that they make, and they like all of the exclusiveness that they have. And so,
not completely solve healthcare in America, but at least alleviate it, is one, better education, because I find most issues are solvable with basic knowledge, right? A lot of the times you just go to a doctor and they're like, oh yeah, you're sick, go bed rest. It's like, okay,
put on an icy hot education patch.
Yeah, and a lot of the times it's just people just don't hydrate enough, or they don't exercise, or they've got the bad eating habits or drinking habits. It's just like basic education and just being like what to do and not to do, honestly, would probably solve 70% of people's health problems.
Well, the fun thing that we've learned kind of with America, with American healthcare, is that because you have to pay for it, I actually think to a degree the average American is probably more educated on what they need to do health-wise than people in another country. Because when we're sick, we're like, oh, well, I'm either going to have to pay a doctor like $500 or I'm going to have to figure out what's wrong with me. And it's like, okay, well, I guess I'll figure out what's wrong with me.
I do that even though I get free healthcare. Well, actually, it's not really. It's about $70 to go see a GP. But I'm too lazy to get off my fat ass and go down to a GP, let alone book an appointment, because I don't like ringing people. So I just generally just fix the problem myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is some people might think I'm crazy. I've never had to go to the doctor for an illness. I had swine flu and I had regular flu when I was young. I've never been to the doctor. And I don't think my mother was ever in fear of my life that I would die. Whenever I got sick, she would give me elderberry juice, some peppers like cayenne, and she would boost my immune system. And then she would lock me in my room for a couple of days with to keep me so that I would sleep. And then I would, she didn't actually lock me in my room, but then I would feel better. I do think that some people get way too afraid of, oh gosh, I'm feeling sick, I need to go to the doctor. Doctor's just going to tell you to go home, go to bed, maybe take something to cool you down. That's something that you don't need to like if it's a persistent problem, like if you hurt yourself, that's a different story. But I think a lot of people like trivialize and give the doctor way more power than he needs. And so I think a lot of healthcare can be chalked down to just wait it out and you'll probably get better. Swine flu, yeah, I had swine flu back in 2012. According to my mom, I almost died. I don't think.
Oh, that reminds me of when COVID was a big thing. My mother was always like, "You're gonna die if you get it. You're gonna die." And when I got it, I had it for 2 days. She had it for a whole month.
See, I had it, COVID, when it was brand new, like back in 2019. I was sick for a couple days. But I believe that because I had swine flu, I'm immune to a lot of diseases, unless they're like probably really, really bad. I've been able to beat pretty much anything that's come my way without issue.
The best part with me was I worked out from an actual study that most people that got sick from COVID, like really sick, had vitamin D deficiency. I take vitamin D supplements because I barely go outside, so I have good vitamin D levels. So I think I overcame COVID really quickly because my vitamin D levels are high.
Occo was patient zero. No, everybody that went on that cruise was patient zero or some shit like that, or that bat. What I don't really care at this point what the patient zero for COVID was. All I know is I was one of the first people to get sick because I lived in California, and California is where a lot of Chinese people go to when they're vacationing. And I think that the ocean states got it first, so I got it first.
I actually never got COVID.
You probably didn't. You just didn't recognize it, you know?
No, because you have COVID antibodies. I got tested multiple times, and they never had COVID antibodies.
My mother worked in the nursing industry, so she had heaps of those COVID tests and shit. And I only got it because she got it from work.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have never gotten it.
Yeah, so if you got a COVID test, they could tell if you had it or if you've ever had it in the past. And every time I came up fully negative. So either the test or bunk, or I just never got it.
And as far as mask restrictions go, even my own specialist at the hospital didn't even follow the mask restrictions most of the time. He said they were just bogus.
Yeah.
I had to take 2 shots for COVID just to go to AX. I didn't go to AX those years. Then again, I'm not sure I'm going to AX this year. I might try. I don't know if the tickets are sold out yet or not.
Oh, are they on sale yet?
Oh, they start sell like as soon as AX the previous year ends.
Oh, fair.
Like, you can buy your ticket for next year as you're walking out the door.
I'll consider it. I know you said that you wanted to like go, and I said I would go with you, but I don't know.
I know it's fine either way. I have somebody out there that I hang out with.
Well, I'll see. I'll see. You have. We can look at how expensive it is and how expensive it would be to fly down there, all that kind of stuff, and we'll see.
Oh, it's typically not that much. It's the ticket for AX and the flying down there is typically around like $250 to $300.
That's not horrible. I could.
Then it's finding a hotel, but the hotels typically aren't bad because people always like pull together to get a thing together.
Yeah, like if you want to rent a hotel, I bet you and I could share a room.
You would probably have to figure out the hotel before you figured out the flights and the tickets because of how many people go.
Fair. Well, let's talk about that. I'm sure that we could figure something out. I'm sure we could find somebody else to go down there. And it's in Los Angeles?
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck, I hate LA.
I would... Well, I mean, you don't go anywhere but the convention center.
I know. I just hate LA in general.
I mean, I have to plan for Atari to come, so...
All right, we'll
I already
talk
told
about
Atari
it later.
we would do it together.
We'll talk about it later because I definitely want to do it. Maybe we can get... Maybe I can convince Temp to come down too. Temp lives close enough.
Yeah, we could get one of those 2-person rooms.
Yeah.
You and Tim could share a room, and I could share one with Atari.
Fair enough. Kind of off tangent, but yeah. So Britain sucks. Now I saw that you brought up the faithful sheriff.
I didn't bring it up. You sent it to me.
I did. You got to pull it up in order though, so you got to go by the second link first. I was thinking about talking about this tomorrow. We'll talk about it tonight. So the faithful sheriff is one of those content creators that only gets attention from controversy. I don't know if you've seen any of his like clips or any of his stuff, but like he's only ever gotten a lot of attention from being in controversy and from having people report on his controversy. And the most OG controversy that this guy has gotten into in his peanut persona is him trying to call out the burnt peanut for turning him into a peanut. I'm sorry, that's as retarded as it sounds. He got isekai'd by the burnt peanut and turned into a peanut himself. And so recently he decided to call out the Burnt Peanut because the Burnt Peanut banned him from his Twitch chat. And so using his Twitter Blue, he decided to write a long ass post and then make this video right here, which I think everybody needs to listen to because it's absolutely horrible.
We have to watch all 4 minutes of it.
Yes, I think so. Most of it.
You tortured us with that annoying bloody Animal Farm thing.
Yeah, but mine was only 2 minutes.
Yeah, well, twice the punishment.
Also, I've got to give people probably be mad at this. I have to give him some credit that he actually made like a real VTuber model.
I've heard reports that it might be AI, but I don't think it is AI. But yeah, he did go from a P-tuber model to like a live 2D model. He's still a peanut tuber. He's not a VTuber.
Yeah, but I give him credit for actually getting a model and not using just like a shitty overlay.
If he used AI to make that, I'd be impressed.
Yeah, like I'm not sure what he would use AI to do. Like somebody would still have to rig it. I can't imagine AI rigging is particularly good yet. I know people are talking about experimenting with it, but I've not seen it.
Chad is saying that it definitely feels AI, and that's what I was thinking, but I just I don't know, like... See, I don't know.
I just don't think AI is that good to make a model. I can understand art, but a model's a bit different.
Am I allowed to, like, 1.25 it?
Yeah, you can. I'm not quite sure how much that'll speed him up. But yeah, go right ahead.
Did you know the Burnt Peanut actually responded to me over the weekend? You guys wouldn't know that, but the Burnt Peanut actually responded to me. It wasn't anything special. So I
Great
was watching his
background
stream.
game audio, by the way.
By the way, anybody that plays Rust on stream that is not being forced to by their company, like the Hololive girls, is immediately a red flag.
Is it really? Is Rust that bad?
Rust is... You think Call of Duty lobbies were offensive?
I have never played Rust, so I wouldn't be able to tell.
Rust, like, group together and make, like, clansman groups to hunt the black characters. Because in Rust, you can't choose your skin tone. It gives you a randomized skin tone.
Oh, that's beautiful. That is a beautiful on all the worst levels.
That is kind of funny.
Rust is genuinely evil.
So it's just like IRL rolling your stats.
What's funny is people that get like full black characters will actually sell their accounts because they're actually more meta. Because Rust Nighttime literally gets pitch black dark.
So people will sell their Steam accounts if they get a black character.
Like a dark black character, yeah.
That's funny. That's really, really funny.
And every time I try to talk in his stream, I always get the message back that says, your message has a problem with this channel's moderation settings. And I'm like, wow, everything I say comes back like that. Everything. So I went into his stream. I said, hello. Message pops up. Your comment was not posted. Has a problem with this channel's moderation settings. So I put two and two together.
He got banned so quickly.
And guessed that the mods actually blocked my name. The Faithful Sheriff is blocked in his stream. You cannot say the Faithful Sheriff in his stream. Therefore, my name, like anything I say, is blocked because it would pop up in the chat and my name is blocked. Okay, so then coming to that,
I do have to say, because as annoying as he is, that is also kind of bitch made behavior.
By the Burnt Peanut?
Yeah, it's like, you suck as a person. However, what he did is he's kind of being a little bitch on his own.
Mm-hmm.
that realization, I said, goofy mods are so goofy blocking me, like blocking my name. I typed that in the chat and he's got like 30,000 people watching him, right? I didn't think he would see that. But lo and behold, he looks at the chat and reads what I said back. Mods are goofy for blocking me. And then he literally says that out loud. And then I said, LOL, I'm sorry. I'm like, wow, nope. You could see my message. I thought my messages were blocked. That's what I said. I was like, I thought my messages were blocked. I'm sorry. My bad. And then he goes, no, your messages are blocked. I'm the only one that can see what you're saying.
That is horrible.
That is kind of funny.
See, again, I don't like either of these two, but the fact that this man has been trying to just leech off of the legume is like, it is hilarious to me.
He's a leech himself. That's why I can't take this seriously.
Well,
That's why I don't really care that
this
he's
guy's
cool.
trying to copy me. Yeah, sure. The guy that like rode Shroud's dick into the sunset. talking about
Listen.
copying people.
You think the copying is funny now, all right? There are 4 to 5 different separation layers of copying that's going on after the fateful share.
I know.
And that's what makes this so funny, all right?
That's what
Anyway.
throws me off, though, is everybody, because I've seen it, everybody talks about, like, oh, all these people copying Burnt Peanut. Burnt Peanut didn't do anything original or new. Nobody is specifically copying him. He's copying other people, and he is just...
Peanut copied the orange.
He's just the annoying orange.
Sure, yeah.
Except the annoying orange was at least funny in, like, a roundabout way.
Yeah.
Also, I was gonna make a joke, like, of course he saw your message in chat. His chat's moving at, like, 1 message every 10 minutes. Nobody's in it. Thank you, Internet Zed, for the super. I'm imagining Amal generating a Black Rust character, and based on her reaction to Temp's prank on her in Resident Evil 5 and all of the creative slurs she'd say. Sounds like Amal.
I kind of want Amal to make a character in Rust just for that, you know.
Rust is actually kind of fun if you play exclusively on PvE servers that had, like, zombies and shit. But you still can't, like, you still can't talk to other people. You have to just play with your friends.
So then I'm like, oh, and then I go, so I guess this means I can't join the Rust server. And then shortly, like 10 seconds after,
I have to point out, because you can see him constantly missing this tree in the background. That's not even his fault. That Rust really is just, like, that stupid with hitboxes.
Mm-hmm.
That you can, like, crouch on the ground directly in front of a tree with the tool to hit the tree, and you just can never hit it. Because their hitboxes are the dumbest shit in the world. And it's been this way for like 10 years.
Is it really that bad?
Oh, Rust is a mess.
Oh.
Oh, go to the Steam discussion for Rust. Oh god.
after I say that, he bans me from the chat. Okay, there we go.
LOL mods, you're so goofy for blocking me. Goofy mods. Goofy odd jit mod.
Goofy mods. Goofy mods.
Mods are some goofy odds. Type shit.
Okay.
Those mods are some goofy odd jits.
So at this point.
Yeah, like, you're both cringe. Like, you're cringe because you're begging for his attention, and he's cringe because all he can do when he sees that. First, if your only response is to just spam goofy bods, yeah, goofy bods, yeah, goofy bods, why would you even respond?
That is very fucking annoying.
Like, why would you even respond to his message if that's all you had to say? Just don't read it. It was already blocked. Oh, it's weird.
I'm like, oh, he read what I wrote. I thought nobody could see what I type. I was like, it's not a conspiracy. I'm not blocked. I'm like, oh, okay. So I was like, oh, cool. Sorry, I didn't know you could see what I said. That's what I typed.
Goofy mods. Goofy There's some goofy mods, Jid. That ass. No, only I can see what you're saying. You are blocked. That is. You are blocked, sir. Only I can see what you're saying.
See, it's funny because you both are pathetic. That's why it's funny.
Right after, I'm typing. Oh, so this means I can't join the. This means I can't join the server. And then, right now he's like blocking me. He's banning me from the chat. Like right after that, I got banned. I was surprised that he responded. But I'm just more annoyed that he banned me from his chat. Okay, I'm just kind of annoyed at that. I get that there's a whole community out there that is like, oh, you stole his idea and you're a peanut, blah, blah, blah. I don't really
You are
care
banned
that
because
you
you're
guys think
annoying.
that.
That's why. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, he doesn't get it. And he didn't get it when he copied Dr. Disrespect. And he's not going to get it here. You're banned because you're annoying.
Because I feel like I have to mention this. Because people
would ban him.
Well, yeah, we would. But I feel like I have to mention this because everybody's like, well, he doesn't get it that these people find him annoying. If I was him and I was involved in this community, I wouldn't get it either because that's how all of them act too. And that's why I find a lot of this super funny, because it's really annoying retards looking at somebody that acts exactly like them in every single way and going, wow, that guy's a really annoying retard. Glad I'm not like him.
Yeah.
It's like, you are. It's you. It's a mirror.
It's the lack of self-awareness, because Peanut's community is annoying. Sheriff's community is annoying, and the people that he's whining about now saying, oh, they're copying me, it's like, bro, it's like it's an ultimate mirror of each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's so funny. It's like, you all act exactly the same. You're all looking in a mirror of yourself and going, damn, the guy in that mirror is really fucking annoying. I'm glad that's not me.
Exactly. Exactly. We don't have to finish this if you don't want to. It's
Yeah, we've only got
another
a minute left.
Okay.
This
Sheriff has a community of trolls, yes.
Fun, being a Peanut, and I didn't want to go back because I was having a good time. So I'm kind of annoyed that he's that butthurt, and he banned me from his chat instead of being like, oh hey, it's the other Peanut, what's up? You know, like, you know what I mean? Like, he could have been that. He could have been cool like that. But no, he's like sourdough. You know, it's sour peanut dough. Because I just think it's silly and petty. It's like, bro, I'm a content creator. You're a content creator. I came up with a silly story, you know, based on your Peanut lore. So what? People find it funny. A lot of people don't care. But you and your friends are like, evil Peanut, evil faithful sheriff. Oh, he talked to kids in Fortnite. He's evil.
I should say, by the way,
silly.
really quickly,
it's petty to me. I don't understand why we all can't be friends. I got some.
Listen, there. Even though I don't like Burnt Peanut, he has a really good reason to not want to associate with you outside of you being annoying. This man simped and defended Dr. Disrespect when the Dr. Disrespect allegations were like being admitted by Dr. Disrespect.
Again, to be fair, a lot of people around Dr. Disrespect defended him and simped for him.
I know, but like Burnt Peanut could very easily just say, I don't want you around me because you defended that guy who admitted to some shit. So like, that would at least be my excuse. It's just like, dude, I don't care if you're copying me. You defended some really weird shit.
He probably can't do that because given the community Peanut's in, Peanut probably did it too.
I don't know. I heard some people say yay or nay on it.
Probably likes Dr. Disrespect.
I have no idea. Yeah, and I don't like Burnt Peanut.
Times.
Right. I don't like Burnt Peanut, but I just think it's funny, this whole shit that's going on. And Mizu is correct that it is basically copying the copier copying. Sorry, go ahead, Mizu. I think I cut you off.
Oh, I didn't say anything.
Good, fair.
I could say it, like chat saying it's the Spider-Man point meme. It's literally everybody is exactly the same, pointed at each other, saying that they're the fake. Like, no, you're all fakes.
Yes, they're all pointing at each other and all calling each other fakes and then getting angry at each other. And it's like, just the lack of self-awareness.
Pretty much. And what's funny about this is what ends up happening is this leads into, so click on the third link by MEOK, and that's a name that I think a couple people might be familiar with. I'm not sure if you're familiar with them. Yes, and this is a quote retweet of her quote retweeting him.
Why is the post unavailable?
Because she's blocked by him. That's why.
Okay.
Yeah. So MEOK is another content creator live streamer. She was a normal face cam. I think she's like an e-thought. And I don't remember all of her drama because she's like not that interesting to me. But she decided to do this thing where now she's copying the faithful sheriff. And she AI generated a model of herself as a horse girl Vtuber. I'm sorry, I'm laughing because of the levels of separation here. And she's just been like AI generating art. Like there's AI generated art of her character shipped with the faithful sheriff. And there's AI generated art of her and the faithful sheriff like doing stuff together. And it's just really funny. And people are like, is she trolling? And she's trolling him, chat. 110%. MEOK decided to troll this man by making her whole persona from her whole MEOK persona, which is her IRL self, into this Burnt Peanut faithful sheriff copycat.
This is the kind of copying I can get behind because it's just top tier trolling.
This is, listen, I like this. I think what she's doing is hilarious and amazing, and I want her to continue to do it because it is hilarious and funny.
This feels more transformative than the faithful sheriff because she's just trolling. He's just trying to right off the clout. It feels desperate. It feels cringy. It's too try hard. But this is peak trolling.
Xerox. It is. Yeah, it is. And what ended up happening is it led to, so the fourth link I threw down is the response that the Faithful Sheriff put down. Now, again, like I said, the Faithful Sheriff is only known for being in controversy. So him choosing to respond to this is not outside of the realm. I was kind of expecting that he might eventually do this. But eventually, he gets enough of MEOK doing this, and he comes out and he decides to say a thing. And this is his whole thing here. And if it's all right with you, I can read it.
Yeah.
All right. So the Faithful Sheriff says, "This is the last time I'm speaking about the burnt peanut copying allegations. This is a great example of someone legit copying someone else. This person is taking my exact background, my exact font." He's like that one rapper is like saying he copied my whole flow word for word. My VTuber avatar and plugging it into AI and making a version for herself. This is copying. I have never taken any of the burnt peanuts, art, graphics, music, name, fonts, and have done anything with them ever. I went out of my way to buy a completely different peanut 3D avatar and dress it up with completely different clothes and a mustache, specifically so people could tell us apart and so I wouldn't be copying him. I say in the same outfit all the time to be purposely recognizable as someone different. My name does not have peanut in it. I played a completely different game than the burnt peanut did, Fortnite. I tell people about the Bible, which he does not, obviously. In the beginning of me being a peanut, I did, however, say some of the same things he did and use some of the same mannerisms as he did. Because in the fiction of the storyline I made up, it was part of the side effects of being turned into a bungalator. I have since moved on past that because I felt it was a little too much and could 100% be seen as copying. RNG Gingy is also 100% wrong in saying that I'm obsessed. Though I am a fan of the peanut, I do not have a lot of watch hours. Okay, buddy. I have no peanut merchandise, no posters, no pics, no nothing. I do not even have the desire to purchase any me peanut merchandise.
There's peanut merchandise?
Yes, I think there is. This is amazing, man. This kind of crash out is the kind of stuff I live for. Let's see here. I am not even subscribed to his Twitch channel. Yeah, because he blocked you. I also have only DM'd him maybe twice, 3 times at most, and it was regarding my made-up storyline and asking him if he'd like to release me of my peanut bonds. And I would go back to being Dr. Witnesser, which case he's never responded. I think that the third time I DM'd was about joining his Rust server. I also gave him every chance multiple weeks in a row. By the way, I love how this has gone from saying that MEOK is a copycat to him responding to the burnt peanut allegations. Again,
he really is upset about it.
He is, and again, this guy is known for it. Huh?
Chat says, "Get in the shell, Shinji."
Oh, chat, I love you. Let's see, where was I? I also gave him every chance, multiple weeks in a row, to respond to videos that got millions of views, by the way. And if he responded to them, I would stop being a peanut. He never responded. He had every chance, an opportunity to voice his opinion about another peanut being out there, and whether or not he did not mind and never did so. See, I'm going to take a spot here and stop and say, Burnt Peanut doesn't give a shit about you. He doesn't care about who you are. He's already been botted to the top of the streaming charts. He doesn't need to give a shit about who you are. And you trying to get on his list as some kind of copycat the way you are, like, all it does is annoy him. It's hilarious. I took that as a sign that he did not care, and I would still continue to be a peanut. He does not own the right to being a peanut. In fact, you could say he is a copying of Mr. Peanut, a well-known peanut brand name of actual peanuts. No one accuses him of doing that. I wonder why, because it's silly. That's why. No, nobody accuses him of being a copycat of Mr. Peanut. People accuse him of, like, basically bastardizing VTubing as a culture and, like, trying to, like, taking it down and reveling in the fact that he's taking it down. That's why people are upset at him. I became a peanut on a whim, and I thought it would be fun. I kept being a peanut because I was enjoying myself. I've changed my name completely to the Faithful Sheriff to even get away from the allegations that I was copying a certain someone else by having the name titled Doctor in my name. Today, I have a completely different avatar that's full-on anime VTuber now to distance myself from copying allegations of the burnt peanut. The only leg haters have to stand on now is simply that I'm a peanut. That's all. That's the only copying allegations you have. So what? So what if there's another peanut out there? You actually that afraid or worried I'll take viewership from the other peanut? I'm completely different person, different personality, different everything. You know what's funny is I think that this guy might actually have more real viewership than the burnt peanut does, and I think that's why I have to laugh at that last bit there just a little bit, because he might have more real viewers than the burnt peanut does.
True enough.
From this point on, I'm not addressing or commenting on or talking about anything to do with the burnt peanut or her I'm a copy. This is not true, by the way. I know it's just a hit campaign because y'all are butthurt that someone else is a peanut now. It's actually pathetic. I'll actually pray for all of you that you get literal hate out of your heart and be happy for once. God bless and Godspeed. Again, this started with him saying that he was being copied by MEOK, which is copying him because it's getting under his skin. And it got under his skin so bad that he wrote this whole thing
Is
here.
my comment at the top of this tweet?
Oh, like as a reply? Yes.
Yes. Oh, you should play it.
You are a gay ass motherfucker. You.
I love that goldfish.
As said by
man.
the gangbang queen herself.
I love that goldfish. So what's funny is that wasn't the last time he would address this, because I think it was earlier today he said that he's going to get a female avatar to completely get away from being a peanut. So he's already planning to get rid of the peanut avatar to run away from it. I love that. This man, okay, that is creative. Somebody is a potato VTuber, and because they're a potato, they are Russian. That is amazing. You know what?
Based.
That is way more original than both the burnt peanut and the faithful sheriff combined. I think that's amazing. I love that.
If he plays this, whatever that song is at the start of every stream, even more based.
That is absolutely fucking amazing.
So we talk about this sometimes in regards to other VTubers, but now we have to talk about it in regards to like real life streamers like Faithful Sheriff. Is once you tell people what gets under your skin, people are going to do it.
Well, this isn't the first time he's done that. It's a reoccurring pattern. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So this is just along down the lines of him telling people what pisses him off. And he's just playing into it even more. Again, I think that this man intentionally plays it up because he knows it's going to get him attention.
So would you like me to... It's the Loyal Deputy one, right?
Yeah, pull up the Loyal Deputy. That's the last one. So the last kind of thing to show here is somebody else is now copying. I don't know if this is a copy of MEOK, who's a copy of the Faithful Sheriff, who's a copy of the Burnt Peanut, who is bastardizing VTubers. But this is the Loyal Deputy, who decided to also make a, I think this is a brand new streamer. I don't actually know because he's got very few followers, but he made a Burnt Peanut copy as well. And I think as soon as he started trying to interact with the Faithful Sheriff, he got blocked, which is funny.
Yeah. That's, I mean, that's all that's going to keep happening with this stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're pretending like anything good is going to happen for them.
I mean, if the Faithful Sheriff is doing this to get attention on him, it's kind of working because a lot of people are laughing at him right now, you know?
Yeah, but like I don't agree with people that say all attention's good attention. Well, not really.
No, I agree. I think that all attention is attention, and bad attention is temporary. So with the attention that he's getting from this, if he is intentionally doing this, it is temporary, in my personal opinion, and it will not last forever.
Yeah. So good luck, buddy. Hope it goes somewhere for you, I guess.
Pretty much, yeah.
He's Liquid Chris.
Pretty much. Liquid Chris and Solid Chris.
Is there anything else you wanted to touch on with Peanut?
With the Peanut, no, I don't think so. Again, Burnt Peanut's kind of just like solid. I did see that he's at the top of the VTuber chart again, and I saw that you were kind of upset about that, which, you know, it's a very fair thing to be upset about.
It just gets on my nerves that everybody pretends like he's actually a VTuber. It's like, no.
Yeah.
Like, we need to stop with this. Oh, he's actually a VTuber thing. He's not.
No, I agree. I agree. That's pretty much it for the Burnt Peanut. I'm just gonna be real. There's not much left to talk about with him. I I guess he's still got most of his maintained viewership, but I still think he's botting. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. A lot of people think he's not botting. I know a couple people were like, "Oh, he's based." My brother says that he's funny, and I'm like, I don't know. He's pretty annoying to me, but you know, I guess okay. Thanks, Iron Mouse. Iron Mouse is in a different fold. She's going to Congress now, I heard. She can do that, I guess.
What?
Yeah, there's like a picture of Iron Mouse in front of Congress with her VTuber model.
Well then, okay.
Yeah, if you like go on her profile. I don't have it offhand though, sadly.
Spirit 2, you have anything else you wanted to add to the conversation?
Nope.
Fair. No, it's solid.
Yeah, I'm dead inside. UK's gone to shit. Emus need to take over Australia. Tectone's a grifter. Don't know why I brought him up, but it felt like it.
No, that's fair. I was just
because everybody's backing him up right now for some reason, even though it's very obvious he's a grifter.
Well, you say everybody's backing him up. I feel like, and we talked about this with somebody else, but like I feel like the more and more people are exposed to what Tectone is doing, the more and more I think people are just going to slowly back away from him until there are very few people that actually do care about him. Because, you know, I think Tectone's got a couple people that are in his pocket, but I'm noticing people are slowly less and less giving him attention. And maybe that's just because there's nothing involved with him right now, but like, I think
the
some
biggest
people
Achilles heels is Asmongold. As soon as Asmongold distanced himself, that was the end for Tectone. Because Tectone was so riding on Asmongold.
Mm-hmm.
Every time Asmongold would do something, Tectone would copy that style of content. It's like, oh, look, I'm going to do the outside shit that Asmongold does. Okay.
Well, you want to talk about copycats. I don't remember who brought it up. It might have actually been you, Espiritu, but like, no, I think it was you because I was listening to you stream about it, I think. But like, Asmongold always has had an American flag in his background in his room. Tectone started doing that very recently because he's trying to grift towards Americans and he's just trying to copy Asmongold. So
yeah, I noticed that
he's definitely a copycat for Asmongold. He's like not original.
Tectone used to generally have a lot of like anime, gamey kind of stuff in his background. Mm-hmm. And then suddenly, once he tried to pivot more towards very alt-right, hard-right, Asmongold style content, that's when all the gaming and anime stuff disappeared, and suddenly it's all American flags and almost like fancy like furniture in the background, and it just all his past just went out the window. The whole gaming anime shtick went out the window.
You know, Mizu, if you want, we can be done, but if you want, I have one clip of Tectone that makes me worried about his new fiance because of how he treated her in it. Here, let me throw it in the side chat. It's crazy. Again, we don't have to play it, but like this is a crazy clip in my personal opinion.
So what is this about?
So Tectone is streaming, he is talking, and then his girlfriend comes in. His girlfriend slams the door. Now, I understand you getting freaked out when somebody slams the door. So, and he immediately apologizes after he freaks out. But it's the conversation that comes after he apologizes and after he's like, I'm sorry, you scared me, that I'm just like, oh, fuck, Tectone. You have not learned a single fucking thing.
Okay, well.
So yeah, that's basically it.
And then recorded the guy without his consent where he was naked. Holy fuck, motherfucker, why are you slamming the door like that?
That's to his girlfriend.
You scared the fuck out of me. Oh, hold up. I thought I was under attack. I was about to bring out my crossbow.
Obviously you're not.
I just want to point out that he has to say crossbow because he doesn't have firearms anymore. So the only thing I actually had to look this up on stream. He can legally have a crossbow, That's about as much as he can have now.
Giving me a fucking stroke. Sorry for calling you that, by the way.
What?
I called you a motherfucker. You're not a motherfucker. I apologize.
Oh.
That was a reactionary from my adrenaline fucking exploding through my body. Holy crap, that was so loud.
God.
That literally sounded like a fucking gunshot.
Well, yeah, because I have to use my whole
No.
He's overcompensated now.
No, yeah. Like, if you had stopped literally at 40 seconds, just say, I'm sorry, I
Because at the
overreacted.
start, he was fine, right? The general startle, I would have done the same, right? You startle, you go, oh, you know, you cuss, and then you realize, oh, it's just you. It's like, sorry, sweetie, sorry, sweetie. You startled me. And then she goes, you know, that's all right. And then he's like, oh, you know. And then you leave it that. But then it's like the whole, oh, my trauma and this and that. It's, okay, here we go again.
Well, it's just like, in my head, I'm like, how he sounds like he's going through PTSD with how he's trying to sell it. And it's just like, my motherfucker, you don't have PTSD over anything. All right.
And can I note the cuck in the comments at the top?
Oh, Nicholas Light.
The glorified internet bully of the century. This guy, by the way, stalks small content creators. I just want to point that out. Nicholas does that.
I know nothing about
by
them.
the way.
What's that?
I think he has
nothing
been
about
blocked,
this
by the
guy.
way, Nicholas Light.
I ended
Never
up blocking him
experienced
because
love in your
I
life.
just
We
ended
get
up
it.
calling him out.
Post-traumatic stress disorder.
Nicholas Light. He used to be apparently a K-pop fan or a K-pop like idol cosplay guy. Used to do OnlyFans. He did.
He also used to be
Fun
part of
fact.
Mythic.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm not clicking on that. Well, is all that's important that Tectone
No,
just freaks out?
no. Keep going. No, keep going.
I'm saying, okay, it just sounded like a fucking gunshot.
Oh, well, maybe get that door fixed.
You know what's crazy?
Huh.
You're also an adult.
Oh, maybe
You could also go get that door fixed.
No, go ahead, get that door fixed.
You could also just make the call while you're sitting. Look at you. You're not even wearing. You're not even wearing pants. You're in your slippers. You're wearing my shirt.
This is my shirt.
Oh, I'm just so busy. I can't make the call.
This is my shirt.
That is your shirt. That's a big ass shirt, though. To be fair, you can make the call. You get it. Why do I gotta call him?
I'm busy.
Doing what? Sleeping?
Hacking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. Also, there's a YouTube video that
So-
says that if you ever have.
I just want to point out, again, this is the standards that he's trying to live by. A trad cath Christian conservative man would not say that to a woman because it is his job to get the door fixed, not her.
Also, I don't understand why you don't just fix the door yourself. It can't be that hard. What's wrong with your door?
I'm assuming that like it's got an air circulation issue that's making it hard to push in, because if she's pushing with all of her weight to come into the door, it probably just needs to have some kind of like adjustment so that air can circulate better. That's my assumption. But the fact that he's like, well, why can't you do it? You're a grown ass human. And it's just like, Tectone, what are you doing? You're the alpha male. You're supposed to like, she's supposed to like wait on you. What are you doing, man? I also just think that the tone he's taking with her is kind of gross too. It's just like, man, there is a way to talk to your woman that doesn't sound like you fucking hate her. And he just sounds like he fucking hates her.
Fair.
It doesn't feel like he sees her as like a partner or an equal in a relationship.
No. Hello, that's how to talk to women.
Have my kids, you're gonna end up a single mother because Tectone's gonna leave you, and it has 40 views right now.
No.
I know.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And now he's projecting.
And you'll never get
Because
well,
she
you know
said
what?
she's packing.
Wait, get him.
I'm not gonna tell
Why
you.
is he on the couch?
I don't know. But I'm not even gonna let you guess what their Twitter bio looks like. I'm not gonna get you involved in that. But their Twitter bio looks exactly about how you expect.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, now he's
Anyways,
whining to
thank you
her
Water.
that people are saying that she's
I'm
going to leave
sorry for
him.
saying-
Goes with you.
No.
Well, allegedly,
No,
her
it's
family
not
hates
me.
him.
That would be funny if true. Funny if true. Oh, goodness.
But I think as the clip goes on, he tries to get her on camera.
Mm-hmm.
And she keeps denying it, or keeps saying no.
Yeah. Well, it's just because I originally thought she was like a live streamer. I don't think she is. I think she wants to be a private individual, and he wants to pull her on camera, and she doesn't want to be there. Miss Kid
He did that with a couple of his roommates, where he tried to make them into content creators just to make extra money, because he'd charge them rent and then make them content creators to pay for the rent.
Yeah.
Well, now Mango's destroying my computer. Now he's entangled.
Simba will be with you.
I have to deal with Simba?
Yeah.
Do you think chat even knows who Simba is?
Yeah.
I don't think chat even knows who Simba is.
What do you mean he's not on your lap during stream?
Like what? Yo, chat, do y'all know who Simba is? Hold up. Do y'all know my cat Simba? This guy has no idea. They don't know who he is. You gonna show him off?
Sadie, look at me.
Well, you're wearing a shirt.
No.
Who cares?
You can show off Simba.
Show off Simba.
No, I'm not coming in.
Hold on. Do you want to see chat's reaction to Simba? Yeah. All right, chat. I need you guys to give me a one. Where is he, anyways?
Behind your desk, just laying there.
He was gonna say, "Give me a 1 in the chat."
Give me a 1 to 10 on how cute this cat is.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, big fatty.
Bring us a cat.
What do you
It
guys
won't
think of this
save it,
orange
but
cat? Oh,
oh no. Oh no, it's an orange cat.
Ouch. Is this cat cute or is he kind of weird? Simba. Is he gonna leave? You gonna leave? Wait, no, he's looking at his feet. Hold up. He don't even want to be here.
No, he does. He just wants to lay on the floor with you.
Are you
Cat
sure?
doesn't want to be on camera with him either.
Can you talk to my chat for 5 seconds while I go piss?
No, sweetie, look at me.
No, I'm saying just stand next to the computer and just talk to him.
No.
For 30 seconds?
Just go pee.
We'll just talk to him for a second.
I gotta go.
She doesn't want to be there, bro.
Just come here real quick.
No.
Just come here real quick.
I said no.
Just come here real quick.
Bye.
Just come here real quick. Straight on.
No means no,
Straight on.
Tectone.
5.
Don't fucking count down like
4.
Kid. I'm fucking
What the?
3. Hey, don't make me get to 1, young lady. 2. 1. Sophia, you get your ass in here. Love you.
It's just weird.
No, yeah. I feel like he's trying to do a thing. Listen, I feel like he might be trying to do a thing, but that's just really weird.
It's
if she
not
finds
a
it
bit
endearing,
you do when you have the allegations you have.
No, I agree. I feel
That's
uncomfortable.
why I said no,
yeah.
means no, and I'm like thinking to myself, Tectone, if you all people, you should realize when someone says no, a woman says no, you probably should listen to that answer, especially with your recent drama.
No, yeah, I'm just like, bro, I don't know. You probably should just leave it alone, considering the allegations right now, and keep her off camera. Yeah, that's I think a lot of people are praying for his downfall. I am just like interested to see what happens, but this is telling me that he has not really learned anything. And I fear that it will happen again if he's not careful, and the woman like realizes that she doesn't really like how he acts. So
yeah, chat's right. To be fair, most things Tectone does are things he shouldn't do with the allegations against him. When will Tectone's lawyer quit? He's probably already quit, to be fair.
Well, he's got to go back to court soon, because allegedly Pink Chew is going to take him back to court. We talked about that already, but
that's technically a separate court case, which means his lawyer doesn't necessarily have to be the same one.
Yeah.
That lawyer could have already dipped.
I mean, I would if I was that lawyer.
But I hope you guys had an enjoyable night. Remember, Britain is not a real country, and if you live in Britain, you should try and get out as fast as you can.
I agree.
Get out of that country ASAP.
You gotta escape, my guy. Escape your prison island for a better prison island.
Yep. Basically, eat a double cheeseburger with bacon and come over to our country.
And if you are an attractive woman that doesn't have your own area code or orbital ring or looks like Frogan, hit me up in the DMs. I'm looking for prospects.
Fair enough. But chat, I'm abusing my power as the owner of this channel and sending you all to my friend Royan, who is doing Guilty Gear karaoke. Good night, everybody. Hope you all have a good
Night,
one.
everyone. I'll see you guys tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Yo.
Be good, chat. Remember, be excellent to everybody. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. That is interesting. I have to ask Occo about that later.
Uh-oh.
But bye, chat. Be good. Love you guys.